Press pause, put the controller down. It's time to talk about the gaming industry for the first time in 2026. My name is TJ Leo.
I'm Andrew.
And this is episode 75 of Press Pause, a gaming podcast. Happy New Year, my friend. How are you?
Yes, good.
How was your holidays?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
There was a little bit of stress unrelated to the holidays, but for the most part, pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
The family had a good time. My nieces had a great time.
Lots of turkey?
No, actually, not much in the way of turkey.
No.
Little more low key on the holiday dinners, just because they're a source of stress.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. Like, I think I talked about this before the holidays, but like normally I have 3 Christmases, and it's just by the time you get to the third one, you're like, I'm done. You know, I'm cooked. But this year it was only one Christmas, which I drastically prefer. It was very peaceful, very quiet. I guess technically we had a little bit in the following morning on Boxing Day, but no, it was quite good. Enjoyed it. 2.5 weeks off from recording.
Mm-hmm.
That was weird. Not gonna lie, that was really weird.
Yeah.
There were some moments during the holidays where I was like, I kind of want to be recording right now, but it was needed. The break was needed. The refresh is real. Dante's back. There he is down there somewhere. He's behind me. Did you get any gaming related gifts or gaming related moments over the holidays or anything like that besides what
not
we're playing?
Really. It was more just about hanging out with my family. I was given some money to put towards a Switch 2 purchase.
Ooh.
But yeah,
Nice.
I don't really want much these days because I don't have much space. I live in an apartment, so getting more stuff just means getting more clutter.
Yeah. I get it for sure. Well, I got that, which is dope.
Yeah, I know that was awesome.
That's so, man. It was a shock surprise. It was a gift from my sister and brother-in-law.
Yeah, shout out to them.
So when I saw the gift wrapped, obviously, I was like, "What the hell could that be?" Like it was flat and it was long, and I'm like, I have no idea what that could possibly be. And we usually have budgets, that we spend on each other and stuff like that. And they blew the budget this year.
Wow.
They blew. I mean, I tried to get one that said co-op myself until I found out that they charged by the letter.
Yeah.
And then I was like, even 4 letters is insanely priced. So when I opened that and I saw 10 letters plus a space, I was like,
I mean, do they charge?
What happened?
Do they charge for the space?
Yeah. It counts as a character. It counts as like extra.
Really?
Well, yeah, because there's like a plastic. Well, it might not be plastic. It might be like acrylic, but there's like a space there, and there's some like professional knobs that you can't see from here because the light's on. But
Okay.
It's well made. It's well crafted, and it shows up well on the camera.
It sure does.
It has a dimmer on it, so
I can read it even in the tiny window that I'm looking at, which is going to be smaller than what people see when this goes up.
Yeah. I did have to dim it down a little bit because otherwise it was just a big blob of red because it goes real bright.
I bet.
Yeah, very cool. I've always wanted like a neon sign. Obviously, it's not real neon; it's an LED light, but that's much better.
I mean, it's going to be way cheaper than getting an actual neon sign.
Oh yeah, much cheaper and much cheaper on electricity as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very cool. I do finally have the mythical third monitor now. Woo!
Yes.
So I won't complain about not having space anymore. I probably still will. I'll find ways of being like, I could use a 4th.
Find something to be annoyed about. Yeah.
I need a 4th monitor now. Technically, I do. It's connected to the TV, so I could use it, but it's kind of at a weird angle. But yeah, this is helpful. This is very helpful. So that's great. I don't think I got any other gaming. I got a new PS5 controller because mine was getting the old stick drift craziness. Was playing Red Sec all the time, and my aim would just be slowly doing this.
Oh, I can't have that.
I'm like, you can't have that in a shooter, man. It just doesn't work. Or when I'm like scrolling through a menu, all of a sudden it just keeps going. I'm like, no. Just a black one. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I don't generally care much about the color of controllers. I'm not going to be looking at them.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's really it as far as gaming related. I mean, the monitor's not really gaming related. It's just a simple monitor. I don't need anything crazy. I've got my ultra wide.
Yeah.
So it works. It works great. Dante got a ball.
Ooh.
He got a ball with a bell in it. Yeah, I'm probably missing something, but like I didn't make a list or anything like that of weird crap and cool stuff. But that light, probably the highlight of the Christmas.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Now here's my question to you. Did you make out like a bandit on the Steam sale?
I didn't buy anything. No.
Really?
Didn't buy anything. No. I saw a few where I was like, maybe, but like I have a pile of games that I still haven't played myself, so I was like, I'm not just gonna add to the pile right now.
I absolutely added to the pile.
Good. Always need new content.
A lot of stuff that you've been saying you got to play that, and it's been on the list. So there's been a whole bunch added.
Ooh, so 2026 is going to be a review heavy year for Andrew on Press Pause.
You're gonna hear a lot of stuff about games that everyone else has already played by now, but now you're gonna hear my thoughts on them.
That's cool, because that means that I can say things about the games that you're playing because I've already played them, which is great. Cool. Yeah, no, I didn't take advantage of anything. The PlayStation sales this year were kind of meh. Sometimes their sales are really good, but also, my selection of games is pretty small now. Like, I finally have caught up on most of this stuff, and borrowing from the library has significantly helped with catching up. Props to our local library. Absolutely fantastic. I still got about 4 or 5 games on that list that are coming soon. So I still have a lot of stuff to play. But yeah, I'm glad to be kind of like back in the saddle, as it were. I'm ready to go. There's things to talk about. There's games to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about.
There's news to talk about. There's everything to talk about.
There's news to talk about that dovetails from the debate that we had last time.
Yes, it's the sequel.
Yes.
It's the sequel. So yeah, tons of cool stuff to talk about today. Can't wait to play Guess the Game. I've missed it. And
do you have the latest Ubisoft news in your docket?
I do. Indeed I do.
Okay.
Indeed I do.
I made sure to save that one just in case.
Gotta get the bingo card out. Gotta get the bingo card out.
It's Ubisoft doing a Ubisoft again.
Yep. All right, well, let's get into housekeeping and corrections. As always, if you want to check out the audio-only edition of the show or the podcast edition of the show, YouTube Music is where you go. Don't forget to join the Co-op Club Discord community server. Link is in the description. Excuse me. If you want to support us via Patreon, patreon.com/co-op entertainment. I think I'm going to eliminate the $5 tier. The amount of work that I have already to do, in addition to doing like early access stuff and that kind of stuff on Patreon, I'm like, So I think I might just cut it to the $1 donation for people to help us out if they want to.
Yeah, I honestly, with all the stuff that you do, it's a lot.
Yeah. And
you generally aim to get the videos up as early as possible, so that would mean either delaying them for everyone, like too far for it to be interesting, or rushing them out for a handful of people. Yeah, I agreed. Yeah, so I think I'm going to cut that. I'll make an official announcement and redo the video talking about the Patreon if and when I do that, so keep your eyes out for that. But either way, we thank you for your support. For those that contribute on the Patreon, that money goes towards the channel and buying new equipment and paying for stuff that we want to do for the show. So thank you. Like games to talk about. Indeed. Okay. Also, the 14 days of Press Pause Plays is over by the time you're listening to this. Yeah, it was great. It was fun. Lots of different games to check out. You put out the last video today, didn't you? As of this recording, this is Friday the 9th. Yeah, the last one came out today at noon. It was one of my favorite games of all time, so make sure you go check out
those videos. Had a lot of fun making those. I was very tired though, so there's a few in there where you could tell that I'm just like, I'm just tired. So, but it was fun to do, and it kept the channel going throughout the holidays. So I'm glad I did it. Probably won't do it again though.
Well, if you do, get me to help out, and
sure,
and I'll record something.
Well, yeah, we'll
I could talk about like old games that I like or something.
Yeah, I did one with Sim31 and one with Cult UK.
Yeah, I noticed you had Cult UK on one of them. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We played Red Sec and we dominated, man. It was so fun. Ooh. It was so good. We didn't get it in that recording, but we streamed a couple more times live during the holidays when we were playing the game, and at one point we won 8 matches in a row.
Oh, nice.
Which is insane for a battle royale. Like we were like, what is happening right now? We kept going. It kept going. It was like, what? Him and I just make a really good team.
Sometimes you have like a good team or just a good streak. Mm-hmm. Like I remember this one time in Halo 2 back on the original Xbox where I ended up with a team when we were just cutting through people. Like we probably went 4 or 5 games undefeated. Just a group of randos. Like none of us knew each other, but
you clicked.
We clicked. We just fit together. Yep. And in another Halo game many years later, regrettably before saved films were implemented in the PC version, I did a firefight in Halo Reach where I totally clutched and saved the team because everybody else was down. And I went like 3 waves in a round, basically on my own.
Nice.
And just completely obliterated all opposition. And I was like, who the fuck is playing this? Because it's not me. Has some force seized me and is playing through me? Because this is MLG shit. How am I doing this? Yeah, and I never got it that good again, which is unfortunate because it's really fun to play at that kind of skill level. You're like,
it's
this
super
is
fun.
Awesome. But I don't know. I like unlocked the limiter somehow, and I've never figured out how to do it again.
So I've had those moments too, and you know how like professional athletes talk about being in the zone and being honed in, and like you're right in there. Like that's that. That's you
achieve like a state of zen, and it's like you're just levitating, and
it's just effortless. It feels effortless.
Yeah, effortless.
Yeah, it's so cool. I don't know what that is, but scientists figure
out how to bottle that.
Yeah, sell that because
it's like in cool. Dragon Ball Z, whenever Goku inevitably comes back to save the day, and like the villain faces off with him, and he's just like blocking all their punches with one finger or some shit. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it's that feeling.
Yeah, it's super fun. Super fun. Yeah, Red Sec continues to be something that we play continuously. I gave up playing it with randos. Yeah. It's just too much of a gap of like it's a dice roll. Sometimes you'll get someone who is excellent and communicates and talks to you, and then you'll get someone who doesn't talk, goes off on their own, and it's like, this is not how this is played. Like for those of you who don't know, Red Sec you can't play alone. It's not like Fortnite where it's you versus 99 other players. It's you and someone else. It's like duos, or you can play with 4 people total. So if you queue solo, then you're queued up with a random second player, which is completely hit or miss. Or you'll get like an 8-year-old who's just screaming in your ear with like a dog barking in the background. And I was talking to, I can't remember who it was. It may have been Aggro in the chat. We were talking about that of just like annoying people to play with online, and he was like, you know what my favorite is? The smoke alarm beep. Because they haven't replaced the battery.
I fucking hate that. Oh, it's the worst.
He said that, and I'm like, how do people live hearing that? It's crazy.
Yeah, it is like the number one. I need to stop this noise. Thing in my life.
Which that's the point of it. So how these people can just ignore it? It's like that thing's going to kill you if you don't replace it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought it was really funny. I do have a future extra idea that I fell in love with over the holidays that I have to say and tease the idea. Okay. And that is, and we could do multiple ones of these, maybe like 5 each per episode or something like that, but gaming memories. Gaming memories. Moments of something happening unexpected, or like accomplishments, or just stories of playing games that are locked in your memory.
Well, you should have said that before I told those Halo stories.
That's what reminded me of it. That's what reminded me of it, because I was like, that's such a great example of just something that you will always remember.
Those were some of them, yeah.
Yeah. Or there is a particular racing game that you and I have a core memory from as well.
There's a lot of memories that we have in racing games.
Well, that's true. It might be a Star Wars game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You'll remember it when I tell the story.
Yeah.
But yeah, Future Extra. I think that's a great story time. Sure. Story time with Trevor and Andrew.
The thing is, for stuff like that, I usually need something to jog the memory. Like, one of my nieces loves to hear stories about our childhoods, but I'm like, I can never remember anything. Then hearing one of my sisters tell a story, it'll make me go, oh, I remember around that time I did this thing, right? Like, I need something to dislodge it.
Well, maybe I'll go first when we do it, and then maybe that'll
be the thing to do.
Yeah. All right. Sounds like a plan. All right. That's it for housekeeping and corrections. Let's get to what we're playing. You've been playing something. What you been playing?
So I've been playing one thing in particular. I actually, before we get to that, I did play a little bit of a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
I found a website that lets you play like old DOS games, but it actually works most of the time, which a lot of them don't, in my experience.
Right.
So I played a bunch of old stuff, some stuff that I'd never played before, and most of it was like, it's DOS game stuff. Like, it's fine for the era, but it's kind of outclassed now.
Right.
I did find one game that kind of surprised me.
Okay.
Which I'll just talk about briefly. It was a game called Gender Wars, and I was certain, based on the title, that it was, like, I'd never heard of this before. It was just going to be like some cheap sex and stereotype joke game. Mm-hmm. Would you believe it's actually like a fully, or at least from what I played, like a fully realized tactical action game?
Called Gender Wars?
It does have a satirical angle. It is like, in the future, the final war is between men and women.
Oh, okay.
And it's like an actual war. But the game plays like a combination of Cannon Fodder and Crusader No Remorse, which is like the last thing I expected. You have like a squad that you mouse around, and you take them through this area, and you shoot stuff.
Is this
footage? You've got footage of it there. Yeah.
The new monitor has already
it's already
benefited.
Yeah. So you like set up a squad, and you go into battle, and you're navigating like an urban environment, and you're going in buildings, and you're.
Why is there a cat with a knife through it?
It's part of the satirical angle. Like, I think the big thing with the male side of the game is like they're trying to get the supply of beer. Like, you can see the beer can going there. But you're
this
going.
This is a DOS game? Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's impressive.
I think it's a Windows game.
The video says DOS game Gender Wars.
Okay.
Unless this is the DOS version, maybe.
I guess. So yeah, you're running around, and you left click to direct them, and you right click to tell them where to shoot, and there's like switches here, like you get on an elevator and you go down, and like there's like actual gameplay mechanics and level design.
I like the gender symbols on the wall.
Yeah. It's just like, I was so shocked that something like with a name like this is actually a competent game. Now, I didn't spend too much time playing it, but I played a little bit of the first level for each side, and I was like, I am shocked that this is anything other than a bunch of cheap sex and stereotype jokes. Yeah. Now, from what I've found of reviews, a lot of people weren't impressed with it because it's not as good as Cannon Fodder or Crusader. But the thing is, I was judging it based on my expectations, which were rock bottom.
Right.
Because I expected the dumbest, worst thing out of it, and I was pleasantly surprised that it was something totally fine.
It looks very good for back then, for sure.
Yeah, visually, it's actually quite good.
Yeah.
High resolution, very colorful, lots of good visual effects, lots of sound effects. It's fairly impressive game,
Yeah.
barring the elevator speed, which you're seeing here as
Yeah.
being a bit of an issue. But yeah, so I played that a few times just to get a feel for it. I was like, huh,
Yeah.
that's better than anything I would have ever expected for a game with this name.
Yeah, it looks great.
I bought and installed and briefly got started on Resident Evil 7.
Oh.
So I am going to be playing that soon, but because it was the holidays and it's like I'm not really in the mood for a game like this right now because the holidays are stressful and I want something that's a little more chill
Mm-hmm.
than fucking Resident Evil
And
7.
And trust me, it's a very stressful, intense
Yeah,
game.
yeah. So I was like,
So good.
you know what? I'll wander around a little bit to get a feel for it, and I'll get it. I'll set up on the technical standpoint, and then maybe once because there's in my family there are birthdays, in very close proximity to Christmas on both ends. Like there's mine, and then there's mine in the middle of December. Then one of my nieces has a birthday in early January. So, it's birthday, Christmas, birthday. And then my dad's birthday is also later this month. But, obviously a senior man's birthday is a little bit less of an affair than a 4-year-old's. So
Sure.
that's not as much of an issue. But, there's a lot going on towards the end and beginning of the year in my family. So I was just like, okay, I don't need the game where I'm like looking for my apparently dead, but not dead wife.
Yeah. One thing I will recommend with that game is, if you play, what difficulty do you typically play on games?
I usually just go with whatever the standard is.
You may, if you get frustrated early on, just lower it to easy because that's why. Because I played it the first time and I was like, this is fucking hard as shit. Why is it so difficult?
Some games are tuned to be difficult by default. Yeah.
Yeah, I found it way too difficult, and I was like, I want to experience the ambiance in the story more than the difficult combat. So keep that in mind because if I hadn't have done that, I wouldn't have played it. That's how tough it was for me. Yeah,
good to know. I have to say, I don't know if this is true for all versions, but the PC version at least is really ugly initially, like at a technical level, not in an artistic level, but like the visuals were like really grainy and flickery. Like the edges of objects had like a lot of like pixel shimmering.
Oh, weird.
I had to do a lot of tweaking to get it to look good, which I eventually did. But like I had to use super sampling where I run it at a higher internal resolution, then it downscales to my screen resolution to clean up all the shimmering edges on stuff. I assume they're using the temporal anti-aliasing to do that normally, but I don't like TAA because it has ghosting artifacts. Right. And the RE engine has like really bad ghosting on its TAA. So it's like I've played other games with this engine before, like the Resident Evil 2 remake, and the ghosting in that game was pretty significant. Yeah. And this is an earlier iteration of it, so I didn't want to deal with that. Also, the chromatic aberration was really, really strong around the edges, so I had to turn that shit off.
Dude, I turn off most of those added features, like motion blur and depth of field. Like I turn that shit off. Hate it.
Yeah, but like I was so surprised that the image was so grainy and so pixelated. And it wasn't even like a film grain thing. It was just like resolving the details around edges was kind of bad.
Wasn't an issue on console, I can say that. It was gorgeous on
they probably have it optimized for console, and then they just leave you to optimize it for whatever your PC hardware is, which I mean is the way to do it. I prefer to have that kind of control. That's part of the reason I prefer to game on PC. But I got it looking good now, but man, I was like, wow, this is like, even though you start off, abrasive is a good word for it because it looked physically rough. Yeah. Like with lots of hard corners and edges on stuff. It was just surprising because everything in that starting area is very brown and kind of melts together. I was like, how am I getting so much edge artifacting when everything is just brown?
Yeah, most of the game takes place inside, so it looks a lot better.
And there's a lot of darkness in the game, so I imagine it's not as big an issue there. But
also, you have to remember that the game was built around VR as well, so there's some weird limitations and caveats that they
Oh,
have
I
to do.
bet it's a lot of fun in VR.
Oh, it's terrifying. I tried it and I was like, nope, can't do it. Nope, I will have to change my pants every 5 minutes. Nope, not going to happen.
Yeah. Oh man, but I am looking forward to getting to that once, probably once I'm done with the current thing that I'm playing, which is Project Warlock 2. So I've actually been playing both of the Project Warlock games, but I'm going to focus mostly on 2 because 2 is the one I've played more of and is also the better game. Project Warlock 1, which I will talk about just for introduction's sake, is kind of like an advanced Wolfenstein-esque game in that its levels are flat and made out of like boxy corridors. Like it's all like tiles, right? So 90-degree corners and stuff like that, just like Wolfenstein. Although there are certain walls that are like breakable. There's lighting effects. Some walls have windows that let you see into other rooms. So it's a little more complex than Wolfenstein. And, obviously it's got like more than just bullet weapons. Wolfenstein is knife, slow gun, medium gun, fast gun. And yes, there are a lot of titties in this game. We'll get to that in a second. But the game has a variety of weapons, most of which are pretty good. It has an upgrade system where you can upgrade weapons to 2 different possible paths.
Oh, I love that stuff.
That's, by the way, that Shambler is just taken straight from Quake. We'll get to that in a moment as well. But I didn't find a lot of the weapon upgrades to be all that useful.
Oh.
Because they usually have a downside as well. And I didn't find that the downside kind of, made up for, or that the advantage made up for the downside.
Yeah.
So most of the weapons I left just unmodified, which is fine because the weapons are really powerful. The game is actually kind of easy.
Did you
which
play
is
the
probably
first one?
why. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about is the first one, right?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and then I'm going to get to the second one because I just want to like set up for like what the second one improves.
I gotcha.
There's also a magic spell system, which is okay. There's like 8 spells. I really only used 2 of them. One of them gives you a shield that just absorbs a certain amount of damage before it goes away, and one of them brightens up the area. I used them both, but not like super often because the game's already kind of easy, so the shield isn't usually necessary. And the light spell, there's only really one level in the game that I've been to that's like so dark that you actually need it, so... but there's also a leveling up system so you can like carry more like ammo, more health, that kind of stuff. It's a game that's not perfectly designed or balanced, but it has a good foundation. And Project Warlock 1 has been out for a few years, and Project Warlock 2 came out of early access, I think, last year.
Gotcha.
And so I just got to them both now because they were on sale in the Steam sale, right? So as for Project Warlock 2, it is, as you can see, a much more advanced game. Level design is more in line with... I wouldn't even say it's more in line with Quake. The levels are larger than in Quake, but it has the same kind of verticality. We're on to something else now.
Oh my god. Why? It was set...
Yeah, sometimes the loop just breaks for some reason.
You saw it loop once, so it definitely wasn't me.
I've had looping videos break before on my computer, so I don't know.
Thanks, YouTube.
So, also, I think this might be footage. Yeah, this is footage from an earlier version of the game.
Yeah, this is the early access trailer. It's the only one I could find for whatever reason.
Yeah, so, you, again, have a variety of weapons. They're kind of similar to the first game. Spells are different. Instead of them using mana is just like an ammunition resource for your one magic weapon. They have cooldowns now. And when you kill enemies with the magic spells, they're the kind of thing that you should save for big encounters. Like you can see that, massive flamethrower spell. When you kill enemies with the spells, they drop cooldown power-ups, which take 2 or 3 seconds off the cooldown time, because the cooldown time is like a minute. So they just take little bits off of the cooldown. You've got elemental infusions, so you complete a rune quest, which is like kill X number of enemies with this gun, or get X number of headshots with this gun, or whatever, that kind of stuff, and it unlocks the rune. And Again, there's the upgrade system. What's different about this game, other than like the bigger, like more 3D level design, is that there are 3 characters. There's 3 chapters in the game, and each chapter is played with a different character. Which is one of those things that in this I like, but some people might not. Like if you find that you like one character's arsenal and abilities and not the others, there's only one chapter of the game you're probably going to enjoy. Right. But I find that the characters are fairly well balanced. Even the
I was going to ask, does it give you the ability to play as any character once you beat the game?
No, they are limited to their own chapter because it's story related.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen at the end of the 3rd chapter, which is what I'm on right now.
Oh, you haven't beat it quite yet.
Yeah, I haven't quite finished it yet. I will certainly have finished it by next week's episode. I'm kind of wondering if there will be like a 4th chapter where you do choose whoever you want to be. I don't know that there is. I just
speculation.
Just speculation. But I find that all 3 characters have pretty good arsenals. And it's like nobody has all the weapons I want, but everybody has weapons that I like.
So
like the first character you play as, his melee weapon is a sword, which is, fine. The second character, her melee weapon is a magic knife that she throws, and it like returns to her hand, which is based on a weapon from the first game. So her melee attack is ranged, which is great.
Yeah.
It has like an arc to it because the knife is weighted, but you can, you learn it pretty quickly. The first guy, he's got a rifle, like a machine gun that's pretty good. The second character, her machine gun is less good, but she's got other things to make up for it. Like, for example, her pistol, if you hit an enemy in the head, because enemies can be hit high, middle, or low, if you hit an enemy in the head, it doesn't use ammo.
Oh, okay.
So if your aim is really good, you have basically infinite ammo for the pistol, which is a clever mechanic because the pistol isn't the most powerful gun, although the guns in this game do tend to be pretty powerful. The fact that it can be used, as long as your aim is good, just perpetually is like a big reason that I use the pistol a lot with her.
Yep.
The spells are different for each character. Like this guy, he's got the flamethrower. The second character, she's got she can shoot like poison clouds. I haven't got all the spells for because she's also got like a speed up spell. Like each of them has 3 spells, which is usually 2 attacks and 1 utility. I've only gotten 1 for the third character. She's got like a giant magic hammer that comes down. I don't find it particularly effective, but the spells can also be upgraded. The third character, her mechanic is interesting. She doesn't need to reload, but she has her guns have like an overheat mechanic. So if you fire them at a slow rate, they'll never overheat and you'll never need to reload them. But if you fire them too quickly, like too many shots in quick succession, they'll overheat and you'll have to switch to another weapon. So they're all they've all got different things going on.
Yep.
Again, I don't always find the weapon upgrades to be super useful. I do find them to be a little more useful in this game than in the previous one, but
not a significant enough upgrade to make the difference.
Most of the weapons I usually just leave as is, with a few exceptions. So it's better balanced, but it's not perfect. It would be one thing if you could switch between them. That's one of the things that I like about Doom 2016 is that with the mods for the guns that give them their alternate fire modes,
right,
you can swap back and forth between them as necessary. And you're not like, oh, I chose this one and I'm locked in for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I like that.
I will say one thing that's cool is that there are enemies you can unleash in the hub area. You go to like your home base between each mission for like upgrading your stats and weapons and stuff. And you can unleash enemies that are in cages, and you can use that to test, like weapon upgrades and stuff.
Okay.
So there's that.
Always like a good firing range.
The game is, again, kind of easy, although that's partially because you build up your character's stats like kind of crazy. Like one of the abilities you can get is when you kill enemies with rune equipped weapons, you can get elemental blasts from that rune. So for the second character, she has a poison ability. If you unlock the poison rune for a weapon, it can deal poison damage, like where the enemies will gradually lose health.
A
There's like a
dot.
chance that they'll become poisoned. There's also a chance with a perk that they might burst into a cloud of poison
Okay.
that remains for like 10 seconds and damages any enemies that stand inside it while they're in it.
So you can cause chain reactions and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you can kind of cause a chain reaction,
I
especially
love
if
that
there's like a
stuff.
lot of little enemies that you can pop.
Yep.
Though it is balanced by the fact that they are hard to see through, so you may obscure your own vision by doing that. So
Hmm.
depending on how you play, maybe you don't want that. But I find that it is
Did you play Diablo
still
3?
not. Huh?
Did you play Diablo 3?
I play Diablo 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Played the
Remember?
fuck out of We
Okay,
played
good.
Diablo 3 together.
Oh yeah, we did. That's right. I think
Yeah.
I get 4 and 3 confused. So I was like, I'm not
Okay.
sure which one you played.
Yeah.
But I used to love playing the Witch Doctor and use his insect swarm ability, which you hit at
Mhm.
one enemy and then just spreads to all the other
Yeah,
enemies.
yeah, yeah. Oh my
Love
god,
that kind
yeah.
of stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
reminds me of that.
Um but yeah, design still not perfect but considerably better than the last game.
Is it
And I
visually
do.
better? Because this looks pretty to me.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's visually it's more complex because they have like the full 3D levels instead of just
Right.
like the flat Wolfenstein levels. So the environments are a lot better. Both games look very good. Like the sprite work is really good. This game has like a combination of pre-rendered sprites and hand-drawn sprite enemies. Like the big ones here you can see are based on 3D models. But
Polemical.
then like
I
yeah,
can't
then
say that word.
but then the
Polygonal.
smaller ones, yeah, the smaller ones are largely hand-drawn. Also, you'll see there, like with the ice element, you can freeze enemies and then
So
shatter
cool.
them.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff.
Now, as for like visual design and stuff, I mentioned the Shambler is just pulled straight from Quake. Like
Mm.
it is completely naked and unashamedly pulled from Quake. It uses lightning attacks. It's big. It does like thumping with its fist. It refers to them as like big fuzzy things, which is what Shamblers are. So it's very Quake-like in some of those. So, like some of the enemies are definitely inspired by or just pulled wholesale from Quake. There's even sound effects that are not exactly the same ones as Quake, but are pretty damn close. Like when you pick up armor, it's like, yeah, that's the ching ching,
Mm.
very, very Quake-like armor pickup. And like I said, and as you observed, a lot of titties in this game.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if you'd actually need to censor it for YouTube because they're
No.
already so pixelated.
No.
There's a lot of topless statues in the game and a lot of topless demon women in the game. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. It's just I wonder why.
This trailer is specifically from YouTube, so I know it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it is weird though.
Um, yeah, it's a fun game. I like it more than the first one. And if I were to recommend playing one of them, I would definitely recommend this one. Remember how when
Right.
I talked about the Citadel and Beyond Citadel, and I said like the first game feels like sort of the proof of
The
concept for the second
foundation.
one.
Mm.
Yeah, it's very much the same here. It's like the first one was at least it's a small team, and I think the programmer I think it might have been his first game
Okay.
because he was apparently a teenager when he was working on the first one.
Oh.
Um, it gives me the sense that it's like, okay, this is our figure out how to make a game.
Yeah.
And then the second one is, okay, now that we know how to make a game, let's make the game we actually want to make.
Yep. Yep.
Because this does feel like much more like the realization of a lot of those concepts.
Hmm.
The ability to like jump over hordes of enemies or take like catwalks and stuff like it's such a fundamental game changer for this type of thing where you're going through lots of enemies that yeah, it's the second one is definitely the superior one, and that's why I wanted to talk about it primarily because it's the real deal. It's the finished product compared to the first one that's fine, but feels like a warm-up exercise.
It's exactly like Assassin's Creed to Assassin's Creed 2. It's exactly like Remnant 1 to Remnant 2. The big leaps, where it's like, I can see something here in the first one.
Portal to Portal 2.
Portal to Portal 2. Although Portal 1 is still amazing, but Portal 2 is really
Portal
just
1 is still amazing. It's just way too fucking short.
Yeah.
It doesn't get hard until it's almost
and
done.
not enough story, integral to the gameplay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, it's the foundation is the first game, and the second game is the realization of what it was trying to be.
Yeah. Also, Project Warlock 1 and 2 has the best, like, bar none, the best title screen theme I've ever heard in a video.
Oh yeah.
It's this just awesome like hard rock song. It's just like it's the perfect thing to get you hyped up to play a game like this. It's awesome. I love it.
Better than the Elden Ring one? The Elden Ring one's pretty good.
It's the best. It's for the type of game that it is.
Oh, okay. Sure.
It is like insofar as I'm at the title screen and
I'm ready to go.
This is the best at that.
Gotcha.
It is the best like pre-game hype music I've ever heard in any video game title screen. It's awesome. So I absolutely recommend Project Warlock 2 to anyone who likes retro shooters, or honestly just like fast-paced shooters in general. Like, you don't even necessarily need to be a fan of old school shooters. It helps, but it's a lot of fun.
I think this one is in my Steam library. I could be wrong. I'll have to take a look. Yeah.
Well, check it out, because it's quite good. I like it a lot, and I may very well go back to playing it once we're done recording, depending on how long we go.
Fair. All right. Let's see. So yeah, I played a whole bunch of stuff during the holidays, just like testing out games, playing them for like half an hour just to see what I was feeling, and this
is all in addition to what you did for the Press Pause Plays marathon that you had going for the...
So this is strictly during the holidays. Yeah, so like all the holiday Press Pause Plays were recorded before the holidays. I finished them like the day before we went on holidays, basically.
Oh, okay.
So anything I talk about now is post that.
Okay.
And all the games that I played for Press Pause Plays, I've already played. So I was kind of just like introducing those games to people who may not have heard of them, because they're all really great experiences.
That's good.
So definitely check those out.
It's really the best thing we can do, I think, is help
spread the
people
word.
help people find great games that they might have missed.
Yeah. Red Sec doesn't count, but most of the other games do too. Most of the other games count.
Yeah. It's the best when you find a game because someone's like, "Hey, you should check this out." "Oh, I've never heard of this." "Oh, this is really good." And then the only thing that's better than that is when you're the one who introduces it to somebody else.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Holy shit, this is amazing." Yeah.
I can't believe I missed this. Yeah, thank you so much for telling me about it. Yeah, it's such a great feeling.
I would have played it without you. Yeah, exactly.
Great games. Yeah.
Absolutely. So make sure you guys check out that those videos, because lots of stuff there that you may not have heard of before. But yeah, so I played a lot of just demos and like first half hours of games over the holidays. I'm gonna skip over most of them because none of them really hit me the way that I was wanting to be hit during the holidays. Yeah, none of them were bad. I was just kind of like, like I played a little bit more of that.
Good for other people, but just not for me, kind of thing.
Yeah,
it happens all the time.
And it could be for me, just not right now. I'm kind of in a mood where if the game doesn't hook me within half an hour, I gotta move on. There's too much to play.
Like I said with Resident Evil 7, I was like, I know that I'm going to be into this, but it's not the kind of thing I want to be into right at this moment.
Yeah, exactly. I even tried Cyberpunk again for like the 50th time, and I'm like, why am I doing this?
Why would you get into a game that big in the middle of the holidays? It's like you need something light that you could jump into.
Everyone was talking about it for some reason, and I was like, okay, I got to go back and fucking try it again, and it was a big mistake. I just can't get into it.
Yeah, it's one of those games, right? It's like Deus Ex. Somebody mentions it and then somebody goes, "Oh fuck, I should play that again," and reinstalls it.
Yeah. I want to like it. I just don't.
Yeah.
Just like Starfield and Witcher 3 to a degree. Like I really liked Witcher 3, but because I got off the path at a certain point, I can't get back on the path anymore. It's so frustrating.
It's hard to find your way back to the path.
Yeah.
with games that big. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, because you have to replay like all this shit, and you're like, I've seen this already. I want to see the new stuff that I didn't get to. But if I don't restart, then I'm not going to understand anything I'm doing. But yeah, so I got 3 games to talk about briefly. One really briefly, one a little bit more, and then one a full review.
Okay.
So the first one is Recreation. This is the brief one. So this is the game from former Burnout studio.
Oh yeah,
members.
so it's the kind of like Burnout Paradise thing.
It is to an almost legal problem level of Burnout Paradise.
Yeah. So it's to Burnout Paradise what Bloodstained is to Castlevania.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Almost more than that, because they're like you're looking at footage right now of Recreation.
You can't copyright cars; those already exist.
No, but like
racing.
Everything from like the fonts that they use to like the radio, or not the radio.
They're called takedowns.
They're called shunts when you get them from behind. Everything's the same. It's literally budget Burnout Paradise.
Even the flaming like acceleration, like boost bar.
Yeah. Everything, it's literally Burnout Paradise, but nowhere near as good.
I mean, again, I guess, that's unfortunate, but I guess you can't really trademark the concept of a flaming bar because it was done before Burnout.
But I mean, you'd think they would try to get like at least some differentiation to their where they came from. But like, I will
say visually, at least, it looks really good.
So it does when you're in certain areas. You played Burnout Paradise?
I didn't play Burnout Paradise, because I didn't have a 360 when that came out, and I never got
so
I've always wanted to, but on the other hand, it's like I've played Burnout 3 and I have Burnout 3, and it's like, do I really need more than Burnout 3? Like it's such a perfect racing game.
Yeah, I think it's better than Burnout Paradise myself. Burnout Paradise is an open world. You could drive around, and all the intersections are events that you take place in.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what this is. Yeah. Now, Burnout Paradise is a very dense game. Mm-hmm. The Paradise City that you're in is very dense. There's all kinds of things to do. There's all kinds of different visuals. It's a very densely focused area.
Yeah,
I would say 75% of the map in this game is just like fields and trees and mountains. Like, so it doesn't have that density of like interesting things to look at.
It's more barren.
Yeah, like pretty much what you're seeing here is always what you see. It's not really visually interesting in that sense. It does look nice, but
technically it looks
good. It looks good. It does still feel budgety when you're playing it. It's a little I don't want to say it's quite jank, but it's not Burnout Paradise.
It doesn't have that same level of
budget or polish. Yeah. The crashes are also not anywhere near as good as Burnout.
That's a shame, because that's important for this game.
Exactly. Yeah. I think the mistake that these people made is making a replica of Burnout Paradise and not Burnout 3. Like, if you were gonna start from scratch, start from like a smaller focused racing game, and then if that hits with people, then you'll have the budget to make something this big. But it just doesn't. And you can see some bugs here and stuff like that, where you try to go up like a loop and then you crash.
Is this like a smaller team?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's an indie team. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, obviously, if it's comparing to an EA game, it's going to be a smaller team.
Yeah. It's good, but there's nothing that I would play this. Like, there's no reason that I would say play this instead of Burnout Paradise. I would say just go play Burnout Paradise. It's better.
Yeah, and it's not like there's no way to play Burnout Paradise.
No, anymore, they did remasters and stuff, and so it's fine. But I really was hoping when I was picked this up that it was going to be closer to Burnout 3, where it's a stage by stage thing. But they wanted to tap into the creativity and the creation suites and all this kind of stuff, and track editors and all that stuff. But I'm like, I don't think it's gonna hit, because you didn't build a foundation to get there. There's so many of these types of games out there that are just you can't rely just on the clout of, hey, we're from Criterion. You have to start and build. and
yeah, like that'll get you a publisher.
Yeah.
Because if I was a publisher and I had a bunch of people from Criterion say, "Hey, we want to make a spiritual successor to one of our best games," I'd say, "How much do you need?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
for sure.
Yeah, like that's not necessarily going to get you a player base. It's going to get people's attention, but you still have to deliver.
And you have to keep them. Yeah. You know, they got everyone's attention when it was like, "Oh, this is like Burnout," but then people play it and they're like, it's like Burnout, but it's not Burnout.
Yeah.
So it's a little unfortunate, but I hope that the team gets another crack at it. But don't do open world. It doesn't need to be open world. I just all the racing games went open world. All the Need for Speed games are the same way. Ever since Burnout Paradise, they're all like that. And I'm like, just give me a stage select screen and play some racing games. I don't need open world racing. And you can't do split screen when there are games like this too. So it's like,
yeah.
So it's fine. They look at the map. Like it's just like lots of field, and lots of field. So yeah. So that's that. I played it and was like, yeah, it's fine, and then moved on. I'm gonna give some bigger impressions of our creators now that I've spent a lot more time with it. So I think I gave some brief stuff last time, but I was like, I need more time. Like I'm not sure I get it. I get it now. And the big mistake that we made playing this game is that we jumped straight into co-op duos. So you can queue 3 ways in this game. Single, so just alone. Look at the glitch. Duos and trios. And they are, without having to, like, the game doesn't tell you this, but they are vastly different.
Okay.
So when we played duos, it was almost shoot on sight. So for those who don't know the concept of the game, it's an extraction shooter, player versus enemy versus player. Very much like, what was it, Dungeonborn? I think you and I played.
Yeah,
it was kind of like that, but it's a third-person shooter. But the concept is you go up, you have 30 minutes to get as much loot as you can, survive the robots that are trying to kill you, and survive players that may be trying to kill you as well.
Yeah.
And what seems to have happened, and this is probably something that the developers didn't expect, is that there seems to have been like an online community etiquette formed for how to play this game. Okay. So when you play duos and trios, it's basically you get matched with other duos and trios in when you play, like when you get match made with the game. So when you play solos, you get matched with other solos. When people queue as duos and trios, the expectation 80% of the time is shoot on sight with other players.
Okay.
So that was our experience, basically. I think we met like 2 or 3 pairings that were friendly when we played. And we got killed a couple of times from behind and lost all our shit. And so it wasn't really clicking with us. But then I started to play it alone, and it is the exact opposite.
You saw the cultural difference.
I saw the huge cultural difference. When people play solo, it's like 80% friendly people.
Okay.
I've had, out of the, I don't know, I've probably played 100 matches at this point. Out of the 100 matches, I've probably had like 3 where I had PvP interactions with people.
I mean, it makes sense because if you're solo and there's also PvE in the game, it makes sense for players to like leave each other alone or even actively help each other against like AI controlled enemies. Just to maximize their chances of survival. I mean, if it is going to come down to conflict later on, it also makes more sense that, you know, you'd want your other players to be worn down by the enemies, and so you can move in for a quick kill. Like, tactically speaking, there's no reason why you wouldn't help each other at the beginning. You know? Yeah.
And soloing seems to be find the loot that you're looking for. That's like the objective, right? Whereas in the PV or in the duos and the trios, it's like steal other people's shit is the goal.
Yeah.
So when I played it solo, I was like, I couldn't tell you the amount of stories that I could tell you of meeting random people, and because it's proximity based chat. So you see somebody coming in, you're like, friendly. Friendly? Yeah, I'm good. All right, cool, man. All right, and then you either work together or you go your separate ways, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
And just the stories that I've had of just talking with people and like, hey, do you know where I could find one of these? And I'm like, oh, I have one. Do you want it? And they're like, oh, that'd be great, man. Thank you. And doing trades like that and working together, or like I've helped people before when they're getting attacked by the robots, the arcs, they're called. Very, very cool. There's also some really crazy people that play this game. Well, I was waiting by the when you want to leave, you have to go to one of the exfiltration points, which are usually elevators that you have to call, which take 30 seconds to rise up out of the ground. So you have to kind of like wait by. But while the elevator's coming up, it's alerting everyone in the area that the elevator has been called. So I was waiting for the elevator. One guy came up and he was like, "Hey, friendly." I'm like, "Yeah, you can hitch a ride with me. I'm good." But then another guy came up and he was like, he was raging. He was just raging, and I couldn't make sense of what he was saying. But eventually, I realized he was saying that some guy had been helping him, and then all of a sudden he pointed his gun at him, and he was like, "Hey, fuck you! What are you doing?" He didn't shoot him, and they didn't exchange fire. He just ran away and went to the elevator. And he's like, watch this guy. He's following me, and he keeps pointing his gun at me. And he's like flipping out, which tells me he probably had some pretty damn good loot on him. And he's constantly ranting. And then the elevator arrives, and then he's like, he starts to leave while still ranting, which is always hilarious because it's proximity chat, so you can hear him ranting. It's
like quieter and quieter as he.
It's so funny. And then all of a sudden he turns around and he's like, "You know what?" And he starts shooting the guy, and the guy he's shooting starts running away, and he's chasing him, and all you hear is, "Come back, motherfucker!" And they just fade off into the distance, and I'm like, what was that? And then someone else joined me in the elevator, and he was like, "What was up with that?" I'm like, "They got beef." They got beef for sound. I don't know what happened.
Proximity-based chat is like one of the best things.
Oh,
like just as like a flavor ingredient that's been added to games.
So good.
You get stuff like that.
It's so funny. I posted it on BlueSky the other day. I was being attacked by a rocketeer, which in the game is one of the most deadly robots that you can encounter because it flies and it shoots rockets and like one or two rockets.
It's not a live-action Disney film from the early 90s?
No.
I like that movie.
Good movie, though.
Well, I liked it when I saw it. I don't know how well it holds up, but I remember liking it when I saw it.
I think I played the game too, which wasn't good.
Oh, the game's terrible.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a big drone that takes a lot of hits, and if you get hit by like one or two rockets, you're pretty much done. And I was pinned.
That's par for the course with rockets.
Yep. And I was pinned in like a shed, and I'm like, fuck, I can't get out of here. You just keep shooting. I'm safe, but if I leave, I'm fucked. And then all of a sudden, this sniper from like across the map shoots one of its thrusters off, and then it flies off to attack the sniper. And I was like,
the fucking like,
thanks, bro.
Yeah.
But the problem is the proximity chat's so far away, he couldn't hear me. But I was like, thanks, man.
Yeah. That's like at the beginning of Mega Man X.
Mm.
Where you get grabbed by Vile in his giant mech, and then
Zero comes out of nowhere.
You hear the charge from off screen, and Zero blasts off the arm and comes in, and his theme starts playing. Yeah, that's that shit. That's that anime rescue shit. I love it.
There's so many of those like moments that happen in that game because of the proximity chat and the PvPvE aspect of the game. Also, one thing, if you're thinking about picking up Arc Readers, one thing you should know is that it is a third-person shooter. But it's also not a third-person shooter. The shooting mechanics in it are, if you're going PvE, the shooting mechanics in it are very tactical. So if you're going into this thinking you're going to have like a Division type experience, no. The bullets hit hard. You need to take cover. You will get taken down very quickly facing almost any of the AI enemies in the game. They hit like a truck, so you have to be strategic in how you attack them. Except for those guys, the spiders, they take like one hit. But the regular drones that you deal with on a regular basis, like these guys, these flying guys, like you don't take them for granted. Don't be like, oh, this little thing will be nothing. Nope, they will fuck you up, man. Especially if you get caught facing one or two of them. Yeah, these ones, the Hornets, they're brutal. They have armor on the front of their thrusters, so like typically the way to take them down is to knock the two of the four thrusters off, and then they'll like spin and hit the ground and explode.
Yeah.
But some of them are armored, and like it's not just a run and gun shooter by any stretch of the imagination. Holy crap, that guy's in trouble. It's very tactical. It is a tactical, take your time, pay attention. Yeah, like that. Look at it, like his health just melts. He's dead.
Yeah. And
that's just a turret that he didn't see. And then these guys, these suicide drones that will just come out of nowhere and be like, beep, 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 beep. Oh yeah, and then you got these giant raid bosses, which apparently you can solo, but like I'm not even gonna try that. That's crazy. You need many raiders to take those ones down. But I'm in love with it. I absolutely love it. At first, when I would die and I would lose all my shit, I would get really frustrated. But if you stick with it, you'll earn enough shit over time where eventually you're not gonna worry if you die. If you die, you die. It's like whatever. You'll have like an inventory big enough to not be upset about it. But the early game is rough if you don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
But stick with it if you're interested in this kind of stuff, and play solo, because you'll encounter a lot of friendly people.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, that's the way to go is to play solo. But really enjoying it. I have a lot to go still though. But yeah, I love it, and I love helping other people, and I love being helped, and it's great. It's good stuff. It's such a contrast to getting screamed at with racist slurs and sexist slurs and all this kind of crap from 8-year-olds and 21-year-old babies
who are apparently so intimately acquainted with your mother.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't hear that very often in this game, at least not in the solo mode. So it's great. I will report back more on it when I play more, but I'm deep into it. It's just a really beefy game.
Okay.
And then finally I have a review for Dispatch. I played Dispatch and I beat it.
Playing that.
So this is a very popular game that came out from Ad Hoc Studio in collaboration with Critical Role. And it is, well, as it states there, it's very much akin to Telltale games, Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, etc., so on and so forth. Except it has an absolutely jaw-dropping, amazing art style. Like, look at this. This looks like a freaking movie.
Oh yeah, the game is gorgeous.
Unbelievable. That being said, and obviously it's going to be really difficult for me to talk about anything too specifically here because it's such a story-based game.
Right.
But if you've played a Telltale game, you kind of know what you're getting into. It's like 90% watching and 10% making decisions, and just kind of seeing how things carry out. This one's a little bit more involved, I would say, gameplay wise, because you are actually dispatching heroes to. It's kind of like 911 Operator on PC if you've ever played that game.
There's like a tactical strategic element to it.
Yeah, so you gotta all the heroes that you have stats basically. They have 5 stats, and when an event pops up, it tells you what the hero will need to do when they get there, but they don't tell you what stats are needed for it. They use keywords that you have to kind of learn over time, and those keywords correspond to one of the 5 stats. So the 5 stats are like vigor, combat, mobility, charisma, and intellect. And so the words that they give you might be something like, go here and investigate the crime scene, investigate being the keyword, and track down the thieves. So you're like, okay, investigate and track. So then you got to figure out what stats is it referring to. So investigate's probably intellect, and track is maybe mobility, maybe. Yeah. And so you got to figure out which heroes would be great to send for that particular thing. And every time you get a mission, there is a perfect quote selection. Of which I did badly at. Okay. Because at the end of every episode, it tells you how many perfect calls you got. And if you don't get them perfect, then it gives you basically a percentage chance of the event being a success or not. And this basically like ping pong ball will go like ting 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 in the area that you've covered with the stats. It's like a little graph kind of a thing. And wherever it lands, whether it be a success or a fail.
Okay.
Which I did pretty well at. I got pretty lucky on some of them and pretty unlucky on some. I had like a 70% chance a few times to be successful, and I still lost. And I was like, that's fucking bullshit. But whatever. It happens. But it never felt unfair, you know.
Okay.
And some of it is skewed with story stuff because they're always adding wrinkles into that gameplay because of the story. Like one hero might be missing. One, you know, if you fail a mission, a hero might get injured, so they're not as useful. Their stats go down. All this kind of stuff. There's always things to be aware of. And then obviously your relationship with the characters matters, and that changes the story and all this kind of stuff. So it's all telltale goodness with that stuff. The problems that I have with the game, and I haven't looked up any reviews of this game. I just know that people like it. Like you know, it was on some people's games of the year list and all that kind of stuff. Let's tackle the visuals first, because obviously we've talked about how gorgeous they are. They are absolutely gorgeous. They are beautiful. The action scenes, though, some of the choreography is like, and the camera work is like jarring sometimes. It's not quite there, you know, especially when you've seen something like the Beyond the Spider-Verse or the Spider-Verse movies and how amazing those action scenes are, or like Arcane, if anyone out there has watched Arcane. Just amazing action sequences. This doesn't quite live up to that, unfortunately, which is kind of a bummer for such a game that's, for a story that's so action heavy. I mean, it's superheroes.
Yeah.
So. But the actual art design is amazing. It's just some of the animations get a little lost in translation sometimes. Kind of like the way like Transformers movies did, like the 3D ones, where it's like there's just a lot going on and it's too quick. I can't follow it sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just need to use the old tried and true slowdown, you know, bullet time stuff so I can kind of figure out what the hell is happening. Yeah. They do let you turn off the quick time events, which is nice, so that you can just watch the combat instead of having to be like, gotta press Y, you know. Which I did. I turned off the quick time events. I don't like that shit. I want to be able to watch those cool cinematics. I don't want to have to be like looking at a button on the screen. There's also a hacking mechanic that gets old real fast.
Hacking mechanics in games tend to be pretty hit or miss.
Yeah. To their credit, it does constantly evolve, and they do constantly throw new things at you, just like with the dispatching stuff. But it's still just like a basic hacking minigame. It's the weakest part of the gameplay for sure. Audio, amazing. Voice acting, amazing. I mean, all you have to do is look at the cast. And
if it's in conjunction with Critical Role, it's like, oh, you mean a bunch of people who've been
voice
acting business for like 30 years?
Yeah, it's amazing. And there's some newcomers in there that did really well too, like Jacksepticeye, Sean McLaughlin plays one of the characters, and Elena Pierce, I think is her name. She was like a video game media journalist. I think she has her own YouTube channel now, or Twitch channel. But yeah, lots of the Critical Role staff are in there. Liam O'Brien and Matt Mercer and Travis Willingham, whole bunch. So you know, audio is great. no issues with audio whatsoever. And the acting is great. The humor, it may not be your cup of tea. I'm not specifically saying yours, Andrew. It's going to be something that you like or don't like, I think. When I played the demo, I loved it. But the game, when you play the game, the first episode punches you in the face with how adult it is, but not in the adult way that I like. It comes off as juvenile at times.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm I can't specifically say what.
Is it one of those cases of like, oh, we're so mature, look at all the titties and fucks that we say?
There is titties. There's there within the first 5 minutes. There's a dick.
Okay.
And it's just not how I anticipated getting absorbed into caring about the characters.
Into the dick.
I don't want to be absorbed into the dick. It does have nudity and swearing accessibility options where you can turn them off, but they're not good ones because the nudity ones just put a black bar over the nudity instead of giving them clothes like they do in like Cyberpunk.
Okay, but that's one of those things where, depending on how the game is set up at a technical level, it might be really hard to then animate clothes on them. I'm fine with them doing, like, it's better for them to do that than to just not have the option at all.
Yeah, I turned it on because we've had this discussion before. I think nudity and sex in media is just for the horn dogs. It serves no story purpose, so I hate it. But I turned it on and I was more distracted by the black bar floating around the screen than the actual nudity, so I turned it back off. And the swearing's just the beeps. You get the beeps, which sometimes is funny, you know?
Yeah, sometimes the beep is actually funnier.
Yeah, sometimes the beep can be funny, so that one's not bad. But I left the swearing on because I don't really care about swearing. Which there is a fuckload of. A lot of swearing. So don't play this near kids. It is very not kid-friendly, I can tell you that, which I did not expect it was going to be that not kid-friendly. Yeah, it gets pretty vulgar. So yeah, that's that. Now, story. Again, I can't really say a whole lot here without spoiling anything, and it's obviously, that's the whole point of playing the game. It's 8 episodes long, which is longer than the Telltale ones. The Telltale ones were 5. So it is longer, but it's not long enough. It's not long enough. It's about, I completed it in I think 6.9 hours, almost 7 hours.
Nice.
So less than an hour per episode. It's probably about 50 minutes per episode, which is fine. They're good lengths. You know, I never found myself bored by any stretch of the imagination. The problem with me is that it has what I've kind of dubbed Eternals syndrome.
Yeah.
Where if you've ever seen Eternals, the Marvel movie,
I haven't.
You've seen Marvel movies of all kinds, I'm sure, though, right?
Yeah.
So try a superhero origin movie where you have like 15 of them that you need to explain at the same time within a short period of time. It's like it doesn't work. You don't end up caring about any of them. You might care about one or two.
I wonder if they'll do like a second season or a sequel or something.
Probably, yeah. They do focus on specific heroes, and then all of them else are kind of supporting characters, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But I kind of wish it was like 16 episodes. Like it could have been double the length to get like that Bat character there. I know like almost nothing about him. Almost nothing about him. I just know his style. You know, the stereotypical stuff that he does. But like I wanted to get to know them all.
Echolocate and sleep upside down.
I don't think he sleeps upside down. I think he's like human from the body down, from the head down. So it's just head bat. But he uses echolocation. So,
he still echolocates.
Yeah, every so often you hear him go, you know, and there's this like high pitched screech.
Yeah.
The humor's great, but at times it is juvenile. I did like all the
Karlak.
Right? She totally looks like Karlak. I'm sure that wasn't on purpose, but it definitely seems very very sketch. But all the characters
considering how this game looks, that was probably her design for years. And Baldur's Gate 3 came out, and they're like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah.
But it's too late to redesign her.
Yeah. Yeah, like I like all the characters. I just didn't find myself caring about most of them from like an emotional standpoint. Like I compare a story like this to like Mass Effect, where I get lots of time with those individual characters and end up caring about them. And I just don't get that with this. And
Mass Effect is also much longer, and there's 3 of them.
It's
Well,
true. It's
or
true.
but you know,
Yeah. Well, no, it's 3.
yeah.
um, the other big problem with the story is the villain. He's one of those villains where you hear them talk about him a lot, and you know what he did, and then you only really interact with him for a significant part of the last 2 episodes, and you're like, I'm supposed to hate this guy. He's supposed to be, I want to kick his ass, but you don't. At least I didn't.
Yeah.
Now, I will say he's great. He's voiced phenomenally. He does come across as super menacing, and evil very well. But I needed more time to hate him, and I just didn't. You know. So I came out with it going, that was fun.
You're craving more of it.
But I needed more. It just wasn't enough.
Either more of it or a denser version of it.
Yeah, it just. Also, the dispatch minigame part of the game could be a full game. like it's that good. I really loved it. There's like leveling up, and like you level up the heroes, and they gain abilities and stuff.
If, like, did they set out to make it like this, or did this start as a really story heavy game and then they found a fun gameplay mechanic, or did they have a gameplay mechanic and then thought this needs more story context to it? And like,
well, given that it's Ad Hoc Studio, I would say that it was probably story heavy first.
I guess from all those former Telltale people, probably story first.
Yeah, and especially with Critical Role being, storytellers.
Yeah.
But the dispatch mechanic is great. I kind of wish it had its own mode. Where you could just.
Shading in this is just so gorgeous.
Oh, dude, it's amazing.
I feel like every 2 or 3 years we get another 3D cell shaded thing that just advances the tech and just how good it can look. Like the last big one was Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah, great.
Which almost looked like playing it. Well, honestly, it looked better than playing an episode of Dragon Ball Z, because some of those Dragon Ball Z episodes are kind of rough. Mm-hmm. Depending on what the budget for the episode was.
Yeah. This looks amazing, though, for sure.
Yeah, it looks so phenomenal. They've even got like the frame rates on the character movements right, because that was one of the biggest things with like 3D cell shading, is that it moves at a very even, steady pace instead of the sort of a deliberately designed slower and then faster motion that you get with hand-drawn animation, where you can do like really smooth movements for like a character doing a dramatic attack, like their special attack is animated on ones and very smooth, and then a lot of other stuff is sort of the choppier on twos. Like it just seems like they've got that really figured out here.
Oh yeah, except in the high action scenes, which they don't.
Well, yeah, like you said, the choreography wasn't so hot, but
yeah. So yeah, it's a really great experience. I do recommend people play it if you like raunchy comedy, because if you don't, you're gonna hate the shit out of this game. I think you'd like it. I think
I'd like it too. And it's just, I gotta, it's a new thing, and I got old stuff in the pile I need to get.
Yeah, for sure.
This will be the kind of thing that I probably play in 2 years.
And maybe by then season 2 will be there.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh god, why didn't I play this when it came out? Or I'll play it and then I'll go like right into the season 2 or whatever they release.
You know what you should do is you should play the demo. If you don't like the demo, you won't like it. Yeah, play the demo, and you'll be like, oh, I gotta play this now. That kind of a thing.
Yeah, but that's the problem. What if I do that? It's like, but I can't afford it right now.
Oh, that's fair.
Steam sale's over.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was on sale, but not by a huge. I think it was $10.
Not by much, because it's brand new.
Yeah. So it has its problems. It's not perfect. There's also a bunch. I didn't really mention it, but there's a bunch of camera cuts that are really bad. Like where the two characters will be looking at each other, and then the next cut, one of the characters is like looking at the ground, and I'm like,
yeah, that happens sometimes in games. It's weird. I would have thought that the staging would be a bit better for this, because it's not like you've talked about it, like camera positioning in games like Avowed and stuff being weird, where they just kind of stare at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can understand it being weird in those games, but for something like this that is so like
Predetermined
deliberately
almost.
designed to
Yeah.
be like cinematic, it's weird that they'd make those mistakes. But like, I mean,
What do they call the there's someone on the set of movies who do that. They pay attention to that
uh,
stuff where they're like, you don't move. Like there's a name for that role. I can't remember what it
the
is.
cinematographer.
Is that what the cinematographer does?
Yeah, the
They make sure.
cinematographer is the person who's in charge of the camera,
Gotcha.
and
Yeah.
deciding where it goes and how to frame a shot.
Yeah. Because I remember watching like a bunch of behind the scenes stuff and like they'll crack up laughing. The actors will crack up laughing and they'll be like, don't move, or keep rolling,
Yeah.
don't move. Because they want to keep that continuity of where they
Yeah,
are
the framing
specifically.
and yeah.
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 It just seems like there's a couple scenes where that just gets lost.
Yeah.
But I might be nitpicking. Who knows? People obviously love this, but I think it has some problems, but it's still good. So I keep using that word. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
It's good on my scale. It's good on the Co-op Entertainment Review scale. I enjoyed it. I'm not clamoring to go back and play it or anything like that.
But you hope for more.
I do hope that there's a season 2, and I'm
more,
sure there will
more
be.
that is better.
Yeah, I don't want to have another one of these seasons where I get to the end and I'm like, I still don't know anything about the bad guy.
Yeah.
So we'll see. All right, Andrew.
We have talked a lot about games this episode. We're nearly 90 minutes in.
Luckily,
it's letter time.
It is letter time. It's letter time. Yeah, luckily there's not a whole lot of news, but some big news, obviously, that we need to talk about. Yeah. But letter time first. Sim31, our very own Sim31, gets the first letter of 2026. And he writes in, what do you all think about NVIDIA going backwards and bringing back the 3060 series of video cards into production that is 2 generations old due to the RAM memory chip shortages and memory skyrocketing prices? And will it be good for today's newest games? So for those of you who don't know, due to AI running rampant basically everywhere, millions of companies trying AI stuff, they need a lot of RAM in order to run this shit. And so there's shortages. Huge shortages.
Up all the DRAM.
There's just no RAM anywhere. So prices of electronics that require RAM are going up.
Which is everything.
Which is, basically everything these days.
Basically everything.
So
if it can remember an instruction, it has memory.
Exactly. I think I saw the 5080 today was on for $1,000. Like, shit's getting real expensive. RAM is like 5 times more expensive than it used to be because of how the supply shortages has affected them.
Yeah.
So NVIDIA decided, since they can't make enough 50 series to meet demand,
series cards. Yeah.
They're like, well, we can make 3060 still. So we'll make those. My PC has a 3070 in it, so it's basically the same series that I have, and it runs great. I don't seem to have any issues playing any games.
It's not like it used to be. Like when we were teenagers, in the early 2000s, new video cards were like generational leaps because they would standardize things that were only on the most exotic cards, like pixel shaders and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like there was a time when pixel shaders weren't a standard feature.
Yeah.
And when you consider just how integral shaders are to everything in visual rendering these days, it sounds kind of insane, but it's true. There was a time when that wasn't a standardized feature and you could only get it on the highest end cards. Yep. So once it became a feature that was standard on every card, every game started using it, and it wasn't like, oh, you can use your old card. It's like, no, you need to upgrade to a new card or it just won't run the game.
It just won't
because it won't render correctly.
Yeah.
That has not really been the case. The only like massive like sort of paradigm shifting tech that they've included has been ray tracing, and the uptake on that hasn't been nearly as quick as I think maybe they hoped it would be. So you can still use like an old card for years after the fact. Like the card that I have, which is a Radeon card, is about comparable to one of the 30 series cards. It's kind of it's AMD's answer to the 30 series card, and it's at about the same. It's about AMD's 3060 equivalent. It's the 6700 XT, so it's the It's the lower end of their that generation offering, and honestly, it runs fine. Like it's no problem. I have no difficulty running games. Now, maybe if you're trying to run them in 4K, it
Yeah,
might be an issue. But I'm not running games in 4K.
me
I'm
either.
I'm running games at 1920 by 1200, and guess what? It fucking kills everything that I throw at it. No problem. Um, and like even if I do like the only game that I've played recently that it didn't completely destroy was Stalker 2. Um,
Yeah,
Even with the settings lowered, Stalker 2 still looks really good. Like everything just
hmm
looks good now.
yeah,
So it's like it's not like back again when we were teenagers where lowering settings would like turn certain features off,
yep,
like alpha transparency, and dramatically like change and ruin the way a game looks. It's just like, oh yeah, the fine details on the reflections aren't quite as fine. Like,
yeah,
it's not a big deal. And honestly, I yeah, it's the right thing to do. Like, there's a reason why they have lower end versions of a generation of cards. It's so that they can make something that is not only cheaper for them to make, but cheaper for people to buy. Because you don't really need the highest end shit. I haven't had the highest end shit in my PC in fucking forever.
same.
You know,
Yeah,
like it's not necessary because the features are so standardized, and it's not even just on the hardware side. On the software side, like the APIs like Vulkan and DirectX, they're
hmm
they're both pretty mature at this point, and they're pretty well understood, and game programmers know how to program for those APIs, so like everything looks pretty consistent
hmm
regardless of the API you're using. Everything runs pretty well as long as your GPU is from within like the last 5 years, which most people's are.
yeah.
So,
And the 30 series has access to DLSS as well, so
yeah.
that helps greatly as well.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. I am curious what the pricing is going to be on the 30 series re-release.
Yeah.
Uh, if it depends on how substantial the price difference is, right? If they're
Yeah.
like I'm not an expert in hardware, PC hardware these days. I don't keep up on it. But there would have to be a pretty significant drop in price from a
It
thousand
can't be four
dollars.
digits. It can't be
No,
because if
no.
it's priced the same as like a 40 or a 50 or a 50 series card, like then what's the
What's the
point?
point? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's got to be lower priced. But then again, with the RAM shortage, I don't think it'll be super low priced.
No, no.
Like I don't think it'll be $500.
I mean, this is the problem that this generation is going to have in general is anyone going to be able to afford the next generation? Like when we're
Yeah.
talking about PS6 and next Xbox and all that kind of stuff. It's like
Yeah.
if the RAM costs so much, and they're gonna have to sell these things at like ridiculous, twelve
Yeah,
hundred dollar
massive
prices.
price
It's
tag.
like no one's gonna buy it. Like people will buy it, but only the hardcore will buy it. That only
Yeah.
spend their money on
It's not
games.
gonna it's not gonna create like a consumer base like they need for it to have. See, I
Exactly.
did the smart thing the last time I upgraded my PC, and I said, you know what? Getting 32 gigabytes of RAM isn't critical, and it is a little more expensive, but it's not super more expensive than 16. So I might as well do it just so I have some future proofing. Boy, am I feeling good about that decision right about now.
Yeah. What do I have? I have 32. I have
Yeah.
32. I don't know what type of RAM it is though. DDR4 or 5? I don't know.
I forget what mine is.
Yeah. I'm not sure what mine is either. It's not
It's not
listed.
whatever the current latest generation is though, because it's from
DDR5.
a few years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. I think it will be a big deal if the manufacturers of RAM are not able to catch up. Then we'll have a
Yeah.
problem. So the time will tell. Time will
Yeah.
tell. If they can catch up,
Like,
it'll lower and we'll be fine.
yeah, the fact of the matter is that this should never have happened. Like it's
No.
just it's a fucking tech industry bubble. We've seen this time and time again. But now it's a bubble in a way that's fucking affecting everybody because everything's got
Yeah.
fucking memory in it. Like
Yeah.
it's such a fundamental component and having a shortage of it is a huge problem.
Yep. So good question. Good topic. We don't normally talk about PC hardware, but obviously RAM being having its issues is topical. All right. Thank you, Sim31, as always, for the support. So let's get into the news. I'm going to start off with one that I meant to include on our last episode, but it slipped by for some reason. So we're going to do that one first. And it's something that you will probably really like. And I'm sure you've heard of it by now.
Okay.
If I can get our set to work properly. There we go. So good old games. The two pieces of the news. So number one is they were sold, kind of. CD Projekt was the owner, and they've sold it to the previous owner. They basically sold it back to him. So no significant change, basically. He bought it back. He's got it back. Okay. I don't know his name. I apologize. I don't have it written down, but he's now the owner again. I think it's just CD Projekt has enough on their plate, and they're just like, time to offload this project.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like to me.
Witcher 4 is a lot.
Yeah. And they're doing pre-production of Cyberpunk too. Yeah, or I guess Cyberpunk 2078, I guess. The other thing that they've announced, and I don't know how old this is, but it seemed new when I put this in the docket before the holidays, and that's that they've launched a Patreon for supporting their game preservation program.
Oh, okay. So people can donate to that to fund the... Okay.
So...
not quite how I would like to see it done. I would like to see it done maybe using the money that they make from selling games.
I'm sure they already are. I think there's just such a demand now for game preservation that they want to do it quicker. And so... Yeah,
I mean, and the thing is, the fact that it's a Patreon thing and so it's optional, like, you know what, if people want to throw in money, sure.
Yeah. So you can see a list here of games. It scrolls off the screen because there's so many of them. But there's a list of games that are highlighted that are already finished, and then there's a bunch of ones that are in the queue that they want to do. Ooh, Freelancer. Man, that game's so good. Just some fantastic games.
It's not like this isn't going to happen unless you pay us. It's hey, it's already happening, but if you want to kick in some money to help make it smoother, okay.
Yeah. There's some details here.
Hold on, go back up there just a moment.
Yeah.
Ooh, Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. That's not on Steam. All the other ones are, but not that one.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, the ones that are not on screen are Black and White. Is Prey on there? Yeah, Prey's on there. And Black and White 2 is the other one that's missing.
Ooh, Breath of Fire 4.
Yeah, these are the ones that are in the queue, confirmed, being worked on. I think is the idea, and the highlighted ones are finished. So let's see here. Yeah, they're just talking about a bunch of things that they've done already. But when we go up to... Yeah, so with more patrons, we can go further. Restore more games faster, go deeper on enhancing, including support more mods and mods integrations, better compatibility, localization, and new quality of life features, and build the Ultimate Classics platform, which Good Old Games is kind of already that.
Yeah, it's in their name.
Yeah, but it's obviously they want to make it even more. So as a GOG patron, you gain access to their exclusive Discord community. You get to vote on the priorities of the program. So you can influence what games get prioritized in their preservation queue, which is really cool. You get credited for your support. So you get listed on the game's page that was as a backer, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And behind the scenes content, exclusive videos, Q&A, inside looks at game restoration, preservation, and more.
That's enticing, that last one. That's very enticing.
And it's only $7 a month, which isn't too bad.
Yeah.
So become a patron today if you guys want to support Good Old Games game preservation program. They're the leaders in this space by a large stretch ever since Xbox decided to quit doing that. So yeah, thought it was something to put out there instead of our own Patreon. There's this one too. So pretty cool. I will probably end up supporting that once my finances are a little bit better. Very cool. Very cool. There's a whole bunch of QA stuff on the website, so go check that out for all of the details. All right. You know what time it is. No, it's not letter time again. It's time to talk about Larian, the sequel to our conversation from last week, or not last week, before the holidays, our last episode. So, Larian, when we talked about the AI controversy on our previous episode, we stated that Larian was going to do a Reddit AMA, where they will ask questions. Was that this morning? Yeah, it was this morning. And they answered a whole lot of questions about Divinity itself, which honestly I'm going to skip because I don't want to know.
Today, as of this recording, we mean, not as of the upload.
Yes. But they did, as expected, address the generative AI stuff. So I'm going to read this verbatim so we have all the info. It's pretty lengthy, so strap in, folks. Just want to make sure I get this as clear as... I don't even know what's clearer than air, so we'll say it's clear as air. All right, so as expected, Vink addressed the generative AI controversy that emerged following Divinity's announcement. He insisted Divinity would not include any generative AI art and confirmed it has ditched Gen AI tools during concept art development. However, Vink confirmed Larian is using Gen AI across other areas of development. These are the exact quotes from the AMA. Quote, so first off, there is not going to be any Gen AI art in Divinity. I know there's been a lot of discussion about us using AI tools as part of concept art exploration. We already said this doesn't mean the actual concept art is generated by AI, but we understand it created confusion. So to ensure there is no room for doubt, we've decided to refrain from using Gen AI tools during concept art development. That way, there can be no discussion about the origin of the art. Having said that, we continuously try to improve the speed with which we try to think... with which we can try things out. The more iterations
you know what the smart thing would have been to do?
Word.
Would have been to say this in response to people instead of saying, holy fuck, calm down, everyone. Because, you know, when people are upset, one thing that is guaranteed to not calm them down is to say, holy fuck, calm down, everyone. Like that's not only is that not going to work, it's going to make it worse because now you're putting people on the defense and they're going to snap back.
Yeah, Vink needs to get a public
PR guy.
Yeah, PR guy. So does Randy Pitchford.
Yeah.
He continues here. We think Gen AI can help with... Oh, sorry, did I skip one? So the more iterations we can do, the better in general the gameplay is. We think Gen AI can help us with this, and so we're trying things out across departments. Our hope is that it can aid us to refine ideas faster, leading to a more focused development cycle, less waste, and ultimately a higher quality game. The important bit to note is that we will not generate creative assets that end up in the game without being 100% sure about the origins of the training data and the consent
the training model.
Consent of those who entered the data. If we use a Gen AI model to create in-game assets, then it will be trained on data that we own.
So for anybody who doesn't understand what that means, it's basically the training data would be the art that they own the intellectual property of. So like previous art, like art from previous Larian games.
Yeah, or art that they create and then put in there to mix it up.
I take a bit of an issue with that because generally the way that these models work is you take an existing one. Because like unless they have an entire team of like, you know, deep learning specialists, they're probably not going to create a system entirely on their own. They're probably going to take like an existing like stable diffusion model, right? Like SDXL or something, and then iterate on that by adding their own training data to the mix, because you can add into an existing model. But the thing is that base model is full of stolen imagery already. So like, are you really gonna like start from scratch? Because if you're not, there's probably someone else's imagery in there. And I don't know exactly how many pictures it takes to create a fully fleshed out AI model, but I know that some of the larger ones have over 1 million reference images in them.
I think he says that it will only contain in-house
Okay,
assets.
that's the problem with that, is that it's going to limit the scope of how useful it is.
Sure, I think
Because
my assumption based on what he's saying, and he goes on to say other things here, which we'll get to in a second, is
yeah.
that maybe what they're using it for is like, let's say they put a creative asset in there, right? And they're like,
Mhm.
and this probably happens all the time in game development in general. The creative director comes up and he's like, "That looks good, but what if it had blank?" And then
Mhm.
now they can just be like, add this to that just to give them a quick glimpse of what it could look like. Maybe they'll use it for that kind of stuff. And then
Yeah,
and then he
but
says, "Yeah, I like that, but you refine it with your own art, basically." Like maybe that's the idea.
yeah, and I mean that's probably what they were doing for the most part.
Yeah.
But like just creating the model, like I'm not sure that they have enough reference material. Even though I'm sure they have a lot of art that like we've never seen that they obviously own the rights to.
Hmm.
I'm not sure that it's going to be diverse enough to create a model that will do anything more than what they already have. Because the thing is, these models can't invent anything novel. They can only remix what's in them.
Hmm.
So like if they, for example, decide to make a science fiction game, well, they've only really made like fantasy
Fantasy
games,
stuff.
so
Yeah.
the model's not going to be any good at creating sci-fi stuff because it'll all be trained on fantasy art. Like, so I'm
Yeah.
not sure even how useful this, oh, we'll only like, is that a more ethical way of doing it? Sure.
Hmm.
But is it actually going to be useful? Is it actually going to be worth the time it takes? I don't know. And I
No.
do, by the way, when we're done with this story, I have an article that I read over the holidays that I
Mhm.
want to share with you.
Okay.
So just put a pin in that one for now.
Sure.
But go on.
Yep. So that's all that we got from Vink. The machine learning director. So they must have a team. Just from that alone, if there's a machine learning director, then I'm
Well,
assuming they have
that could mean a lot of things. Like
it could.
machine learning director, what is that? Is that somebody who programs like entirely new generative model systems himself, or is it just a guy who knows how to prompt stable diffusion? Like
I don't know. Well, let's see what he
such
says.
it's such a new job, right?
Yeah. He says, "Quote: This is all new. Sorry, this is all new technology. So I totally understand why it's difficult to see where the positive uses are. We believe machine learning is a powerful tool to accelerate and make game development more efficient and streamlined. This means that our creatives have more time doing the work that makes their jobs more rewarding and the game a richer experience. The important bit to note is that we do not generate creative assets that end up in a game without being 100% sure about the origins of the training data and the consent of those who created the data. With over 100,000 voice lines scheduled to be in the game, recorded by hundreds of actors, and even hundred thousands more to be recorded that will not even end up in the game, there are useful tools for us to reduce the mechanical legwork and free up time for teams that would be bogged down doing tasks that kept them away from what they really want to be doing. Additionally, our machine learning research and development team monitors and experiments with anything that is state of the art that might influence game development pipelines of the future. This is important to us because we can make our own engine." Oh,
Okay.
I did not know they were doing that. Oh, that's
Now
interesting.
is he talking about their own game engine or their own like back end for a generative AI system, like what I was talking about?
This is
Does he
important to us
clarify
because
that?
um, no, I'm not sure what he means by our own engine.
Are they not using an in-house engine? Are they using something off the shelf for the new
Uh,
Divinity?
Let me see if I can find out. I don't think they've announced it. What game engine
I mean,
is?
for that matter, what did Baldur's Gate 3 use? Was it something bespoke or something that they
Oh,
licensed?
they have an in-house engine called Divinity,
Okay.
which powered Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
It's the fourth iteration of the engine. He continues, but we draw lines in the sand too. We explicitly committed in our actor agreements to not use the recordings to train or build AI voice modelers because we are
Okay.
aware of how
That's
sensitive
good.
it can be to artificially generate an actor's voice. Even if an
Mhm.
actor was willing to agree to this if we'd compensate them, we don't currently feel comfortable with using an AI generated voice in our games. So that's good.
Yeah, the thing about those is that um, while the vocal deepfakes can sound really accurate,
Mm.
the diction is bad because
Yeah, oh yeah.
it's just trying to interpret tone of voice
Hmm.
from text. So the pacing of the line read can be totally off.
Oh
Not
yeah.
that that can't happen with like
Regular
actual
acting.
actors,
Yeah.
but like it's that's usually a consequence of the actor not having full context for the scene that they're reading for, which in some cases maybe because the full context doesn't exist yet, because
Right.
the full story hasn't been finalized.
Mhm.
Um, but like with AI generated voices, it's just like that all the time. It's just go until you get a one that sounds natural,
Right.
and not one that sounds kind of stilted, or in just maybe not even bad, but just not the right tone of voice for
Mhm.
this particular line.
Mhm.
So yeah, like even if you got permission to do it, like the end results are
Not
not
always
great.
good. No. And they specifically say they don't feel comfortable with using it. So and
Yeah.
it's an RPG. I mean, if you put AI shit in there, people are gonna rage. There's so much voice acting in these games; it's kind of insane. Well,
Mhm.
I mean, what did he say? Hundreds of thousands of lines of dialogue. It's like it's huge.
Yeah.
He continues. No, sorry. The writing director Adam Smith confirmed this stance on generative AI applies to writing too. "Quote: We don't have any
That's
text
good.
generation touching our dialogues, journal entries, or other writing in Divinity. We had a limited group experimenting with tools to generate text, but the results had a 3 out of 10 at best. And those tools are for research purposes, not for use in Divinity. Even my worst
Okay.
drafts, and there are a lot of them, are at least a 4 out of 10. And the amount of iterations required to get even individual lines to the quality we want is enormous. From the initial stub to the line we record and ship, there are a great many eyes and hands involved in getting a dialogue right."
Yeah, there's so much refinement that can happen. Even
Mm-hmm.
if a line is written really well, um, if there's a similar line later in the game that isn't connected, but because they're like, if two characters say the same thing the same way, you're inclined to think, oh, there's a connection there. But if there is none, they're gonna go, oh, well, we can't have these two characters say the same thing the same way if there's
Right.
no connection, because it
Yeah.
wouldn't make sense. People would think that that there's something there that isn't. So we're gonna have to change one of them. And the thing
Exactly.
is, with AI generated writing, like with Chat GPT and stuff, it always has the same tone of voice. Like
Oh yeah.
that's one of the reasons why it's so easy. Like people talk about like M dashes and stuff. Honestly, you don't even need that. It's pretty easy to tell when something has been, or at least it's pretty easy to get the feeling that something might have been written by Chat GPT, because it
Yeah.
just it always has the same narrative voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's all I got from the AMA. So just to reiterate, they already were not using AI for writing or voices, and they are no longer using generative AI for concept art development.
Yeah,
So what they're using it
and they
for at this point,
internal experimentation. It sounds like,
yeah, nothing
which I still don't
specifically for
like. But
Divinity,
it's the hard line in the sand for me is if it ends up in the game,
which they've
right?
said 100%
If I
not
if
going to
I
happen.
see a fucking 12 fingered character in a picture in a game, I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck no,
yeah.
absolutely not.
I if
Um,
they're stupid enough to have said all this and then
then
someone
do it.
finds something,
Yeah,
then
that's a
that
big problem for
that
them.
then I stop defending at that point, and I
Yeah,
go,
like
nope, can't defend that. I'm sorry, bro. Yeah. So
yeah, the thing is that this whole debacle could have been not avoided, because it's going to cause like I'm strictly against generative AI in any commercial project. Like obviously, like you can't stop people from just messing around with it, so I'm not going to worry about that.
mhm,
I don't like that it's built on stolen stuff, but like the tech is out there, and people are going to they're going to do that with it.
mhm.
It's not worth it for me to get into a snit about it when it's just something that they do. Like somebody goes to like one of these websites and says, "Oh, I want to see a picture of the fucking polar bear riding a tricycle." Haha, that's funny. I mean, yeah, okay, it's funny, but it's like
Also
I
slop.
I think it's a dumb way to spend your time. But like
Mhm.
I'm not gonna get heated about people doing that, because
Yeah.
it's just like it's not worth it. What I am gonna get heated about, and did, is people trying to sell work that
Mhm.
includes AI generated shit. That has always been the hard line in the sand for me.
For
I'm
sure.
not gonna buy something that has AI generated shit in it. And obviously, like, there's a limit to how much we can know about how much they use it behind the scenes. I will say I do appreciate that they at least disclosed it. Like, obviously, it didn't do them any favors, but at least they were honest about it. But this whole debacle could have been, again, not avoided, but definitely
worded better.
Definitely not as severe as if they just made these statements initially, right? Like, it's
and we're more more clear about
And the fact is, it's changed over like they've gone from saying we're using it for concept art to we're not using it for concept art. That decision has been made, and the conceptual art pipeline has been changed in a short enough time that they could have just done it right then and there. Like, if it was able to be done that fast, I don't think they needed to have a lot of meetings about it. No. I think someone had veto power, and probably Vink could just say, you know what, let's not do this anymore. Like, I don't know that for sure, but I can't, like, normally when decisions like that are made, they take time to make. You have committees and meetings, right? Because everybody's got to
They're early enough in Divinity's development where they can pivot right now.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why they said what they said, to put their toe in the water. Like, let's not say this 2 years from now. Well, they did and they didn't, because they did because they got burned on it, but then when they did this conversation, they listened to feedback and they changed their ways and clarified some things.
I would like there to be no AI generated stuff at all at any level.
Yeah.
But this is progress. This is a step in the right direction, and 100%. I'll give them credit for taking the right step in the right direction.
For sure.
It's just another example of you could have just avoided this by either not doing it, or at the very least not responding to criticism.
Having a better PR person or a PR person at all.
It's just it is baffling that this keeps happening.
Yeah.
Like, that somebody puts their foot in their mouth right away, and then not all that long afterwards comes out with a much better statement that does a much better job of.
There's a reason that companies like Naughty Dog and Insomniac don't have this issue. It's because they don't say anything when something.
This is why companies have PR departments.
Yeah.
It's so that when this kind of thing happens, they have somebody who is trained and experienced in how to communicate with people and how to quell the angry mob.
Yep.
So instead of just having the CEO go out there and damage the entire company's reputation, people were fucking in love with Larian after Baldur's Gate 3, just nothing but good things, and now they've put a big scar on that reputation because of that.
Yep. Yep.
And they didn't have to.
Yep.
So, I said that I had an article.
Mm-hmm.
And this came out shortly after, Larian's initial statement and stuff.
Mm.
This is from a website called This Week in Video Games. And when was this published? Does it seriously not have a publication date on it? Maybe it's at the bottom? It's a long article, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have a publication date that I see. But this is a week or two old.
Okay.
So yeah, concept artists say generative AI references only make their jobs harder. And then it starts off, "Holy fuck, guys," writes Larian CEO Sven Vink on social media following publication of an interview with Bloomberg. "We're not pushing hard for or replacing concept artists with AI. The interview in question had suggested that the beloved studio behind Divinity and Baldur's Gate, blah, blah, had been experimenting with AI tools, although Vink had indicated that to the publication that using AI hasn't led to big gains in efficiency. Bloomberg noted the studio was still using the technology to flesh out PowerPoint presentations and develop concept art." That first one we both found really strange.
Yeah, I still find it strange. But whatever, it's internal, so,
Yeah, so...
have fun with it, I guess.
A good chunk of the beginning of this article is just summarizing, the events of this for people who maybe didn't hear about it. So this week in video games spoke to a dozen professional concept artists in the wake of Vink's comments, all of whom currently or have previously worked in game development ranging from indie studios to large AAA developers. All, without exception, said that generative AI image tools had only made their lives more difficult, even when simply used as reference material. So
I believe
it talks about the steps of what does a concept artist do. I'm just going to go through and read a few excerpts. So, Jack Kirby Crosby is a concept artist, illustrator, and art director who's worked on games like Moving Out 2 and Lego Party, and he teaches concept art at RMIT University. He explains, generic thought when people think about concept art is this polished, very highly rendered work that companies often share towards the end of production. So that's, the kind of stuff we see as promotional material, right? Like the really, fleshed out stuff. This isn't what a concept artist does day to day. More than 50% of their time will be spent reference gathering, he said. Part of that is gathering images, but that also includes reading articles, watching media, assessing the competition, watching videos about the way things work, consuming scientific papers. Literally anything vaguely related to the project will be gathered by concept artists, sometimes in a repository like Miro or Slack or Pinterest. I've never actually heard of Miro. But always in the head of the concept artist. So research on, like, hey, if you're going to develop, like, let's say you're going to design armor for a character in a medieval fantasy game, you're going to want to do some research on what medieval armor looks like. I mean, you have a basic idea of it in your head. It's like metal plates, right?
Yeah.
But how do those plates actually fit together?
Yeah.
Like what is,
That's what cinematographer does and stuff like that. They go get reference material.
You got to know what it is, if you're going to base something on something else, you got to know what that something else is.
Yep.
So part of the problem that they talk about here is that the web is now full of AI generated images that are not, like, for example, historically correct.
Yeah.
So that's a big problem. And even if they use, AI to assist in the concept generation, the AI is not going to get it right. It's going to put plates in the wrong place. It's going to put seams in the wrong place. Like 100%. Micro detail is something that generative AI is really bad at. So it's not actually any help in the fine details there.
No.
Here's another statement. Lucy Mutimer, a game developer and illustrator who primarily works with indie studios, explains that referencing and research are core parts of an artist's overall development. Sometimes, regrettably, you carry a piece of every project with you. Something that I have found difficult for non-artists to understand is that the early messy stuff can be fixed by a human artist later.
Right.
Vitally, concept artists were keen to convey that their jobs don't simply end when the pre-production phase of development is over. Their work continues throughout a project, which makes their internalized bank of influences and references vital to maintaining consistency. Not just visually, but also when it comes to world building and even in forming gameplay systems. So that would be like, let's say, okay, you design that medieval influenced armor. Now those, that final design goes to a 3D modeler who now has to model it. And having your concept art is helpful, but it'd also be very helpful if they had access to your references,
Mm-hmm.
Because just seeing your finished work, it might tell them what it looks like, but it helps to know how the real thing that it's based on works as well, so that they can better understand how to model it. Like, having more information never hurt anybody who's trying to build something. The more information
100%.
that you have about the thing you're trying to build, the better equipped you are to build it.
Yep.
All right.
For sure.
Let's see here. There was another one that I want to read. Let's see here. Okay. One senior concept artist who wished to protect their identity due to their role at a major developer told us that studio leadership currently asks them to work from AI-generated reference material, which, as I've explained, is going to have mistakes in it that the real-world examples wouldn't have. They said that they would often have to reverse engineer where pieces of the image composite came from and work off what I'm able to find off careful searches on the internet. Things like hairstyles, clothing, props, and so on. So trying to find out what the AI actually got right by finding real world examples of that so that they can rule out, okay, this part is wrong and was just imagined by the AI. And basically that adds a ton of extra work,
Right.
to their reference building process, because now it's not just building references, it's also avoiding AI references and trying to figure out what the AI references they were given are actually based on.
referencing. Yeah.
So
Mm.
it's creating a bunch of additional research that they have to do that they didn't. Well, I mean, they had to do research before, but it's making even more research work for them.
Right. That makes sense.
And then here's the one I wanted to read. It's called "How About Something Like This." Concept artists we spoke to with the concept artists we spoke with all indicated that their preference was to avoid generative AI reference material, but at some studios it's difficult. Freelance and contracted artists also said that it was becoming increasingly common for clients and companies to use generated images as part of initial and ongoing briefs, so like presentations and discussions about what they want.
Right.
Both seem to be undesirable situations, which are just believe largely stem from leadership who are unfamiliar with what their job actually entails. So here's a quote. I'm seeing more and more clients generate something approximating their desired outcome and essentially asking me to make something like this. It sucks. The process absolutely invalidates the entire creative process, in my opinion, and makes my job harder and more frustrating. The job of an illustrator or concept artist is to draw from their years of experience to interpret a brief in a creative way. These images clients show you have an insidious way of worming their way into your head, and I find that I have to do a lot more work to sort of flush the system to break away from these inputs. And now my client has a very specific image in their head. So rather than having the concept artist invent the look, the studio heads are saying this is the look we want, and now we want you to make an original version of it that we can actually put in the game and not just an AI generated version. So now the concept artists aren't really inventing new concepts, they're just tweaking
Altering
ones
one.
that were AI generated so that they, look original.
That makes sense.
Like
I get it.
this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. I'm not going to go on because the article is quite long. Like they said, they talk to a lot of people, but you can find it again this week in video games, and I definitely recommend reading it. But it brought to me a lot of things that I kind of knew but hadn't thought about in depth.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a quote unquote artist, I'm not a very good artist, but I am interested in illustration. I do look up references for stuff, but because I don't do concept art, when I'm looking for a reference for something, it's like I get one or two pictures.
Right.
These people are going to be building like libraries of hundreds of reference images
Right.
that they'll have and that they'll come back to over and over again. It's not just, oh, one quick Google image search away and we've got our reference. It's like it's going through, not just even just internet searches. It's going through textbooks, like history books and stuff to find, the thing that they're looking for. And there's so many aspects to concept art that we don't see
Mm-hmm.
because it's part of the conceptual process. It's not necessarily something that ends up in the final game or even in the marketing that, people are like, just AI generated and then fix it yourself. Like, that is technically doable, but it's not conducive at all to original design.
Right.
And in a lot of cases, it takes longer to do than just
Yeah.
an experienced artist creating something from scratch. So that's the context I wanted to add to all of this.
That last point that was in the article about the flushing it out of the system in order to
Yeah.
create something new. Um, I have sort of a comparison or analogy that sort of backs that up.
Yeah.
And that's tattoo artists. So if you go to a tattoo
Yeah.
artist to get a tattoo and you say, I want something like this, they hate that because they want you to tell you what you want so
Yeah.
that they can deliver what you want without you realizing that that's what you wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you go to them and say, I want this, then they're like, well, do you want that? or like, you know,
Do
and
you
then
want this exact thing, or like give me something that evokes the mood of this? It's like, okay, but what is the mood to you?
yeah,
Like what,
describe it.
because what this image means to me as the tattoo artist may be very different from what it means to you, the person
Exactly.
getting the tattoo.
Yep.
And that's actually a really good example, because the thing
Mhm.
is, if you're unhappy with a tattoo, that's a big problem,
Exactly. Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's on your fucking body.
Which is why I don't have one yet.
Yeah.
I do plan on getting one at some point, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd like to get a tattoo as well, but it's that exact thing. It's
what do you get?
what image would I commit to my body? Like, what is something that I would want to have on me for life?
That's what's kept me too. I got to figure that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good shit, good stuff, good discussion, and
Mm.
an overall good outcome, I think, from
Mm.
Larian as well. So, good stuff all around. Glad
Yeah.
they turned that around, and hopefully they now just shut up, and then we'll see them in 10 years when they finish their game.
Yeah.
All right, let's move forward. Ubisoft, get your
Yeah.
bingo cards out. They have
Yeah, here we
shut
go.
down a studio. It's their Halifax studio, which, for context, hasn't released a game since this game, which was Assassin's Creed Rebellion. At least to my knowledge, they haven't released anything. Maybe they were like a support studio
Yeah,
for
maybe.
a while. But they just
What's the key? What's the key thing in this story? Let me
yeah.
hear it.
But they shut it down just weeks after 61 of its 71 employees voted to unionize.
Yep, there it is.
The publisher shared this news in a statement to IGN on the 7th of January, which is 2 days ago as of this recording, confirming that 71 positions had been impacted and claiming this move was part of its wider 2-year effort company-wide to streamline operations, improve efficiency, and reduce costs. Yeah.
Boy, that sure is convenient.
Convenient, isn't it? Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. They get more corporate bullshit. But this comes 3 weeks after 61 of Ubisoft Halifax's employees voted to unionize with the Game and Media Workers Guild of Canada, which itself is part of the CWA, the Communications Workers of America. In Canada, the union was officially certified 6 months after employees announced their intentions to unionize, and after 74% of eligible employees, consisting of producers, programmers, designers, artists, researchers, and testing, voted in favor of it. It marked the first Ubisoft union in North America. Yeah. There's
and
some...
they fucking shuttered it.
They shuttered it. There's some generic political...
platitudes and
statements in here that I'm not going to read because, you know, you expect these statements from them.
We've heard them a million times. You
But,
know, we wish them the best going forward, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
blah,
all this crap.
stuff.
We're devastated that this is happening, especially so soon after we unionize. We're looking into all avenues to fight for the rights of our members.
Yeah,
Of course you are.
We've heard this story so many times that we know these statements by heart at this point.
Now, I will say that I'm not surprised that they're shutting down studios because
I'm not surprised that they're shutting down studios either. We like this is just part of Ubisoft's
implosion
their trajectory. Yeah, but like it also does not surprise me in the slightest that one of the ones on the chopping block would be one of the ones that just unionized.
Yeah.
And they have this nice convenient excuse of, oh, we're restructuring the whole company, and like, oh, this doesn't have anything to do with the unionization, really. Then why did it happen to this one and not one of the other ones, huh?
I didn't even know that there was a Halifax Ubisoft. So
yeah, there's not anymore. So you don't need to be burdened with that knowledge anymore, I guess.
Oh, they were the Rocksmith guys.
Oh no!
Yeah, they're the Rocksmith guys. That sucks.
Jesus. Yeah, because the thing about that is that when Ubisoft acquires a team, they immediately rename them to like Ubisoft Studios city name.
Yeah, so they were originally Longtail Studios.
Yeah.
That's their name. Yeah. So yeah, but after Rocksmith, they moved them on to mobile games. And then now they're shutting them. So. We hope everyone there lands on their feet, along with the 10,000, 15,000 other people.
That we've made a million times by now.
Yeah.
God, it's fucking... Where's the bottom?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like I honestly,
it is
don't
nice
know.
though that there's all these new studios popping up made of all these other people. So like they are finding work, but
they are finding work, but they shouldn't have to. They should
no.
have gainful employment with plenty of funding, and the publishers should stay the fuck out of the way and let the artists make the games that go on to sell millions of copies and make them multi-millions of dollars. Like,
yeah. And these companies, Ubisoft's biggest mistake was going public. They should have stayed private. They fucked that up.
It's such a simple equation. Like, you are a video game publisher. Publish video games. People will buy them if they're good. So find the right team, make sure that they have all the resources they need, and then let them make good games, and then you can just rake in the money. Like, you really don't need to do that much beyond the initial setup. Just, make sure that they're well equipped, and then make sure that, I mean, back in the old days, they would have to pay for like the manufacturing and distribution of cartridges and discs, but even that's massively minimized these days.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's just, yeah. You have. I'm not saying that publishing a video game is easy, but it's definitely easier than developing a video game.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. It's a management job.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
You basically have one thing to do, which is management. Then you can just rake in the profits. So why, like, the micro, like, cost cutting at every level, like. Is there no such thing as like, oh man, you know what? Maybe we can afford to spend a little bit more on that because it'll make the final product better. Like, you really have to penny pinch it every single fucking way. It just infuriates me.
I worked at a factory that had a penny pinching CFO, and I was just like,
and at a physical job, it's really bad because now it starts to impact like health and safety stuff.
We were using. So I work basically like in inventory and order management. And the inventory system that we were using was from like
here we go.
It was from like 1979. It was like
I
was like, you guys are so fucking cheap. Like, seriously? Like,
so okay, I will say one
it was like pre-DOS. It was like
sometimes the simplest solution is actually the best one. So there are cases like that where it can actually be beneficial. When I worked at a video store, the software that we used for like managing rentals, right? Like we would scan it and then it would register it in the database as rented or returned or whatever. It was a DOS-based program, right?
Wow.
But
it worked.
Like it wasn't the prettiest looking program in the world, but it was super simple, super straightforward. Did the job that it needed to do, right?
Wasn't the case at the factory.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like a software that we had to subscribe to and be connected to the internet to use.
Yeah, neither was this one, obviously. But
in a certain way, that can actually be beneficial. But if it was so old that it was awkward and out of date,
it was one of those situations where the system was designed for something else. And they just repurposed it. So like there was all these fields that you don't use, and there was these fields that you would use for not what it was supposed to be used for. So I was being trained on it, and they're telling me these things, and I'm like, why would I do that? And they're like, I don't know. It's just the way the program works.
It's just how we do it.
I hate that excuse. It's so annoying. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, get a better fucking program. It's so stupid. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, you will probably be brought no comfort to know that there are still a ton of weapon systems used by the U.S. military that run on equally ancient programs, and sometimes even older than that.
Or that Titan submarine that used a PlayStation controller.
Not even, it was a Logitech controller. Oh, was it? Those cheap Logitech controllers.
God, that guy was an idiot. Oh my god. Yeah. All right, let's move on. I thought this one was really cute and interesting. Red Dead Redemption fans have uncovered a mystery in the game after all this time. I don't know have you been following this one?
Is this Red Dead Redemption 1 or 2?
2.
Okay.
No,
I haven't heard about this.
This is crazy. So, by the way, this is from Strange Man's YouTube channel, just so I don't have any copyright issues or anything like that.
Okay.
He's kind of like been at the forefront of this uncovering this mystery,
documenting the whole thing.
Exactly, and he keeps documenting how further he gets in the mystery. And essentially, he's found these like symbols. He's found for some reason, these spider webs started appearing on the electric posts. What do you call those? Like the electric poles. What do you call those damn things? You know what I'm talking about. Those things.
I mean, we usually call them hydro poles here because we use hydroelectricity.
Yeah.
But in other places, they technically wouldn't be called hydro poles because they don't use hydraulic. That's just what we... Here in Ontario, we generally refer to electricity as hydro because a lot of our electricity is hydroelectricity, like generated in a dam with water turning turbines. Just
my American friends are always confused when I talk about it.
Yeah, just providing a little bit of cultural context for that.
Yeah, exactly. So this guy found the spider web that randomly appeared on
cartoonishly thick spider web.
It is not realistic whatsoever compared to the rest of the game, and it has feathers stuck in it, like eagle feathers stuck in it, and they only seem to appear randomly. He couldn't seem to figure out why they were appearing or what it was about, right? But he found that symbol earlier that almost was like an area. Like a map almost area of paths, and this is where they started to appear. And when one disappears, another one doesn't necessarily appear immediately after. So there's this constant like, where's the next one kind of path following?
Just running a relay, checking all the spots to see where one will appear next.
So he's been doing that.
Is this something that's been patched into the game, or is it just always been there and nobody's
It's always been there and no one's noticed. Yeah, he went back and confirmed that it was on the vanilla version of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
So it's been in there since the beginning and no one's noticed. I'm sure I probably saw one of these and was just like, whatever, it's a fucking spider web. I don't know, maybe.
I mean, it definitely stands out for how abnormally girthy those web lines are.
This is how like also anal they are about their secrets, though. They're like, you know.
Also, that's not in any way what a spider web in that location would look like.
No,
I know we're used to like the circular spoke spider web, but like when they're in corners like that, they have a triangular shape because they just string them from one end to another. So they're so clearly designed to stand out. I'm kind of surprised nobody noticed them until now.
Right. I'm sure people noticed them, but probably didn't notice that there was like some sort of pattern going on.
Yeah, make some kind of connection. Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy found this pattern in a telephone pole just by shooting it. It doesn't display it unless you shoot it. So unless you randomly shot this telephone pole,
so you have to like break away the surface and uncover it. Oh my god!
Yeah, it's one of those deep secrets. Kind of like there was a GTA 5 secret that was like this craziness, but with the aliens or something like that. But he's been continuously following it. He found these giant bird like carvings as well. Trying to see. Yeah, there we go. So then he was like, what the hell does that mean? And he keeps following these clues.
Nazca lines or some shit.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, you can see him documenting the map and everything where he's like, what the fuck is all this shit? But he finally got to what he thinks is the end of it, but doesn't know where to go at this point. And as you can see here, he travels to a very specific spot that this whole, doodad led him to, and was like, "What is here? There doesn't appear to be anything here." But then he looked around with his binoculars, and what is that?
It's a question mark.
There's a question mark on the hill.
Riddler's been here.
But the thing is that unless you were standing in that exact spot, you won't see it. It doesn't display. That's actually off the map. You can't get to it.
Yeah.
So now the question is, what is this? Why was this whole thing? What?
I was kind of hoping that it was going to be like it reveals a message of like, if you're reading this, you have too much time on your hands.
Yeah, and there might be like, if maybe he's going to find a way to break the game and go over to the question mark, and see if there's something there. But clearly,
I'm surprised that data miners haven't found this, because like,
right?
They usually find everything immediately.
Right. Yeah, Rockstar likes to hide this shit. For what? I don't know how they hide it as well as they do. But that is where, like, look how complicated it was to see its pathways and all the spider webs, and So they know now that this question mark exists, but how do you
what is it for?
Yeah, what is it for? How do you get there? So that's that's kind of where the mystery has stopped at the moment, and this guy Strange Man is trying to figure out.
Yeah, and there's
where to go
going to be
next.
tons of people trying to retrace his steps and see if they can find anything that he maybe missed, like shooting a certain stone or something.
Yep. I
Hitting a
love
rock in just the right way to launch themselves out of the map, or
I love shit like this in games where it's just like mysteries. I love mysteries. It's good shit. So I thought I would share that. It was pretty interesting. If he does indeed figure it out, I will showcase it. But yeah, you can see if you're looking at it from any other angle, it kind of just looks like an etch.
The texture and everything has to line up just right to form that question mark.
Yeah, as you get to this specific point, now all of a sudden it's a perfect question mark.
Yeah, now it makes sense. It's like one of those perspective drawings that people do on the ground, where if you're standing on it, it just looks like a bunch of streaks. But if you stand at the correct angle, it looks like a perspective correct picture. Like people will do things of like, somebody falling down a hole in the middle of the sidewalk or something.
Yep.
It's stretched out super long, so it's only visible correctly from one specific angle. But once you reach that angle, it looks like 3-dimensional.
Yeah. I love shit like this. It's great.
Yeah.
There are theories about what the breadcrumb trail is about. IGN reports, with the hunt for clues leading to Calumet Ravine, which is where he is with the question mark. It's been noted that this is the Wapiti Reserve, amplifying previous suggestions that earlier steps in the mystery were an obtuse reference to the I'm probably saying that wrong, by the way. Wapiti tribe member Eagle Flies. Feathers could be shot out of spider webs with 5 colored black and 3 colored red. Eagle Flies appears in 5 story missions before 3 more, which chart his capture and eventual death. So it could be related to a character in the game, but they're still not 100% sure. So I will follow up if Strange Man figures out what this question mark is trying to say. But I love mysteries like that. So I thought I would report on that. All right, and then we just got a bunch of smaller news items here. Some new details regarding Crimson Desert, the new single-player action RPG from the Black Desert studio. So the size of the world has been revealed, and it is pretty damn big. It is approximately twice the size of Skyrim.
Okay.
And slightly larger than Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption 2 world.
Okay.
So pretty damn big. I just hope it's dense. That's always my problem with these games. Like how big it is not as important as how much stuff is in it.
Yeah, because if it's just a bunch of like empty landscape with nothing to do, then it doesn't really matter how large it is. At that point, it's just a time waster.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a padding,
Yeah.
So I hope that game turns out well, though. It seems like it's going to be good, but we'll find out when we get there. Anthem is in the news because as of this recording, Anthem only has 2 days left before the servers shut down. Shuts down on Monday the 12th when this episode goes live. So by the time this episode goes live, Anthem is dead. Anthem is dead.
Like officially for
good.
Final.
Yeah.
I mean, technically it's been dead for a while, but now it's like literally dead.
Yep. Fans are saying farewell to Anthem. There's lots of people like loading up the game, trying to get last minute achievements and trophies and all that kind of stuff, and just to say goodbye to old friends who they played the game with and all that kind of stuff. This kind of thing sucks because like I enjoyed the game. I just, because I knew that the end game was garbage, and that was like, the reason the game failed. I was like, do I really want to play? Do I really want to devote time to this? But it's so cool to play around in. It's so cool to fly through these areas. The combat is really good. It just sucks that I'm not going to be able to play it
They
at
put
all
out a
now.
game that was basically unfinished. Like they
Yeah. Oh
had
yeah.
they had their flying mechanic and they had their monetization mechanics, but when it came to actually like a good, steady, balanced gameplay loop, it just was not there.
Yeah.
And part of that is because they wanted you to pay for shit. So
Thanks, EA. Fuck
yeah,
you.
yeah,
So,
it really didn't need to be this way.
nope. Rest in peace, Anthem.
Yeah.
All right, and so normally at the end of these news episodes, I always go and talk about the Game Pass updates and the PlayStation Plus updates and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna add a third one into the mix. Humble Bundle.
Okay.
Humble Bundle. We're gonna talk
Okay.
about the Humble Bundle each time. And January's Humble Bundle, which is I think it's $14.99 a month. I think it is, which is pretty damn cheap, really. Now that's US, just to be clear.
Yeah.
But this month's Humble Bundle includes the following games: Hunt Showdown 1896, which is what you're seeing here, which I really want to play. I've wanted to play it for a while, especially now that I've played Arc Raiders. It's apparently like Arc Raiders, so kind of want to.
Arc Raiders is like it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I kind of want to try this game. Sonic Frontiers, which is the newest 3D Sonic game. Tomb Raider 4 to 6 remastered. Etrian Odyssey 2 HD. Metal Slug Tactics. Nice Day for Fishing. Wizard of Legend 2.
That's a generic name.
Yeah. And Settlement Survival. Plus, as always, you get a month of IGN Plus for free.
Well, not for free. In addition to.
In addition to. Yeah. So
no additional cost.
At no additional cost. Yeah. So yeah, pretty good lineup of games. I've never heard of Next Day for Fishing or Settlement Survivor, but definitely would love to play Hunt Showdown. Like it looks cool. It looks cool. Although I doubt I would get into it because I'm into Arc Raiders. So
yeah,
but it might be a game to follow up Arc Raiders once I'm done with Arc Raiders. Check it out.
Sure.
So there's that. Let's get to the Game Pass update. Although first, a quick reminder that Xbox has announced a developer direct, which takes place not this Thursday, but Thursday the 22nd. So we will be talking about whatever they revealed there on the 26th.
Yeah, but isn't it just like here's the next Forza game and stuff like that?
It's going to feature Fable and Forza Horizon 6. Yeah, but I want to see Fable. This is Fable, by the way. Here, we've only really seen a couple like glimpses of what this game is, and I hope.
Yeah, and this game's been in production for a long time.
A long time. Yeah. I have all the
How many games has Peter Molyneux directed since this was announced and that have come to market?
I have all the faith in the world in this team, though. This is the Forza Horizon team. This is what they do. I like they make quality games, so this is their first venture out of racing. So I have high hopes for this. I really hope it turns out well. It looks gorgeous, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, we'll see how it turns out though. So I think they're going to go deep dive on this, and both these games coming out in 2026. So, but as far as Game Pass goes, plop it back there. What we got for Game Pass? Game Pass Wave 1 for January, or it might be the entire wave. I'm not sure. It doesn't say Wave 1 this time. Brew and Bastards is out. I think it's a top-down twin stick shooter, co-op shooter. Okay. Little Nightmares 1 Enhanced Edition. Go play Little Nightmares. I keep saying that, guys. It's amazing. And Little Nightmares 2 is even better, but play Little Nightmares 1 and 2. Atomfall. Lost in Random The Eternal Die. That's the spin-off of Lost in Random. It's like a roguelite, I think. It's okay. But play Lost in Random, guys. The actual Lost in Random, not this one. Rematch, which is the soccer game from the Sifu guys, which is still so weird to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Warhammer Space Marine Mastercrafted Edition.
Oh, so that's like the remaster?
The remaster of the first one. Yep. Which is, it's fine. Yeah, the second one's a lot better. The original Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. That's kind of cool. I might actually give that one a shot. Star Wars Outlaws. I've gushed about that game a million times. I think it's great. I think a lot of people missed out because of their I don't know, their dislike of Ubisoft and their dislike of Star Wars right now. But I highly recommend playing that game. It was really good. My Little Pony, a Zephyr Heights mystery.
Ooh.
I want to play that one. Resident Evil 8 Village. And Mio, Memories in Orbit, which I am super looking forward to, and I hope that game turns out great because it looks great. It's a
coming 2025.
Yeah.
Nope. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Stop putting release dates on games when you don't know.
Yeah.
When it's that far out. I was talking about this about GTA 5 or GTA 6 because it was supposed to come out early 2025. Now it's at the end of 2026, and now we're starting to hear that it might not even hit that one. It might be pushed to early 2027. It's like, guys, why did you put a date on it to begin with? Fucking stupid. Yeah. There's no point. Don't put dates on things. Like, how did you not know that you needed another 2.5 years? How did you not know that? I don't understand.
Yeah, you made so many of them at this point.
It's crazy. And then leaving Xbox Game Pass on the 15th is Flintlock. Man, that game disappointed me. I wanted to like that game so much. It was like a God of War like. Neon White, Road 96. Oh, The Ascent. That's weird. I thought that was like a Xbox exclusive. That's odd. And The Grinch Christmas Adventures. That is
a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Right, go ahead.
I was going to say that I did confirm that is wave 1, so there is a second wave of games coming.
I was going to say, like, well, now is the time for the Grinch to leave. It'd be really stupid to get rid of it before Christmas.
Indeed. And then finally, PlayStation Plus January free games for all PlayStation Plus subscribers: Need for Speed Unbound, Epic Mickey Rebrushed, and Core Keeper, which is what you're seeing here, which I've been waiting to try, and it's pretty good. It's like a I don't want to call it a Stardew Valley because it's definitely not a Stardew Valley game. It's more combat centric.
Almost kind of looks like Dungeon Keeper, but cuter.
Yeah, it's a top down crafting game, base building and boss killing and all that kind of stuff. It seems good. The conversion to controller isn't perfect. I'm not a huge fan of the conversion to controller. It is better than Terraria though. I have legitimately no idea how anyone played Terraria on a controller. I couldn't. Or Starbound, same thing. Those games are so complex, and they try to map it to a controller, and it just doesn't work. But maybe some people are able to get used to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wasn't for me, though. And that's it for the news. Whew. Big episode. But you know where we are now. It's time for... Starting with...
This looks familiar.
And it does look new.
Newer, for sure.
Very colorful.
Nothing leaps to mind immediately.
Something leapt to my mind, but I can't put a name on it.
It's got kind of like a Fallout 4-ish look, but I don't know if that's Fallout 4. Just the rendering style kind of makes me think Fallout 4. We could try it.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing else. I don't think it's Fallout 4, though.
Neither do I.
A little too colorful, I think. No. Huh. Wait, is this
Okay.
Is this Starfield?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't played Starfield.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
No? Whoa. PS3 or cross-gen PS3, PS4, or 360, Xbox One era.
Yeah.
This looks so familiar now.
Is this Amy?
It looks too. No, Amy's not in there.
It looks too good. It looks too good to be Amy. It was just the train. The train was kind of making me think of Amy.
That you would think I would know that UI. It does look familiar. I'm not getting anything though. I'm getting something. Something is screaming at me with all of these images where I'm like, I know what this is. Oh, Battleborn?
Maybe I never played Battleborn.
Oh no, not Battleborn. Shit. What was the other? What's the? Oh, it was that that online only shooter. It was really early. They hyped it up as being like the next big thing, and then it failed miserably.
Oh, APB?
No. I remember that I see the cover in my head. It was blue, and there was a generic sci-fi dude shooting a gun.
Oh, that's so many games, though.
I know. I have it in my brain. Okay, let's skip. Let's see.
Oh wow, that's just straight up you. Vesper Aura. I guess that's the name of the gun.
Auto.
Oh, Auto.
Yeah, it is definitely a gun. Oh. Is this? I think this is Killzone Shadowfall.
Wait, on Xbox?
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I mean,
it can't be something that failed because it's got an 81, so that's pretty good.
This looks like Killzone. What the fuck is this? Unless it's just a generic Call of Duty game. Maybe it's the Infinity Warfare, the space Call of Duty.
Maybe you could try.
Infinite Warfare. Was Infinite Warfare. It's not called Jackal. So. Oh, it is a Call of Duty.
But it is a Call of Duty game. Okay, what was the Call of Duty for 2015?
This looks futuristic, so maybe it's Black Ops 4? Maybe? Or Black Ops 3?
Try 3. Because I do believe there was there was a last gen BO3, and apparently it was really bad.
Yeah, to me, almost all of the Black Ops were bad, except for the new one's not bad. People are shitting on it, but it's like, what are they going to do new at this point, really? Oh my god, look how many we're behind on now because of the holidays. Yep. I love that. Wow. Okay, so this is this is lower.
This is older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just indie.
This is like maybe. This to me has got like original Xbox, PS2, GameCube written all over it. Like look at that bloom.
Yeah, I was thinking Rust, but it doesn't look like it's crafted. So
no.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I can't think of anything.
89.
89, not bad.
Wait, is this 2D? There's like people. It looks like a 2D platformer where you're like running.
I think it's people seen from a distance.
Oh, maybe. There's like a thing up here. What is that? I keep guessing Nier Automata, and then it never comes up. Maybe this is Nier Automata.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess it.
Definitely not.
I'm guessing
it. No, Nier looks way better. I guess there's no reason not to.
Yeah. No, okay. It's a PSP game. What?
Oh.
This looks good for a PSP game.
AI Pod.
Oh.
It's funny because Nier Automata does actually have an AI pod that follows you around.
So this is going to be all you. I don't think I ever owned I mean, I did own a PSP, but like I played like 3 games on it. It's a complete dead zone. If it was Vita, I'd know a lot more, but I have no clue. This looks really good though. My
exposure to the PSP library is limited. I've played some of it and I want to play more, but
this isn't Peace Walker, is it?
It is Peace Walker. That's exactly what it is. There was some. I was like, this is a Japanese game.
Pulled that out of my ass.
Yeah. Well done. I really like this game. This is one of my favorite Metal Gear games.
I've heard that a lot. I tried to get into it, but it was too late. It was one of those things where it just feels kind of old now, especially after playing 5, because 5 was amazing.
Well, yeah. Well, this is the prototype for 5. This is where all that stuff comes from.
Yeah.
And 5 is like the more refined version of it, but I had the PS3 version of it because they eventually made a PS3.
HD
version.
collection. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it looks a lot better.
Yeah.
Like they basically use all the high quality models everywhere and not just for like close ups and stuff. But it's really good.
Yeah. I remember you played the shit out of that game.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Well, that looks like a very cartoony, not
snow thing.
Yeah, like that looks almost like Breath of the Wild, kind of like cell shading, but I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I don't know either. Almost looks like a planet off in the distance.
I'll put Breath of the Wild just as a guess, but I don't think so. No, it still looks like Breath of the
Wild. Yeah. Man, I hope nobody can hear me snacking on cashews, but they're delicious.
I want cashews. Actually, I don't like cashews. I'm an almond guy.
Yeah.
This looks like Breath of the Wild, but it's not.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I should. This looks like the kind of game I'd be into.
Current gen.
Okay.
PlayStation exclusive. Oh. I know that UI. Which I know it looks very simple, but is this?
Yeah.
No, this isn't for spoken.
No, it's too anime to be Forspoken.
Yeah. I need more. I'm going to get this, though. This looks very familiar. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I need more. Action role-playing. It could be Trials of Mana, but I'm pretty sure that was on Xbox as well as PlayStation, so...
Yeah.
I can't think of any PlayStation exclusive action role.
I mean, you can try it. I'm pretty sure it was on Xbox.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. What the shit is this?
Oh, this is super recent.
Okay, I don't recognize this. I would recognize it by now.
Neither do I. No, oh god, is this like Trails in the Sky or something? Try Trails in the Sky. I think they released like just last year a remake of the original.
Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Oh, yeah, okay. I never would have got that. Okay. I know what Grand Blue is, but I would never would have got that. Also had no idea that it was PlayStation exclusive. Well, that's Final Fantasy VIII. Simultaneous.
That's from the very beginning of the game.
Yep. Nailed it. Good shit.
That was one of the easiest we've ever gotten.
Yep, we both got that instantaneously. Okay, so I see a cursor or a crosshair down here.
Yeah.
This might be Final Fantasy or Resident Evil 8.
No. What was the Evil Within? Maybe.
Ooh, Evil Within 2, maybe. This
2, yeah.
This looks better than that game, but we can go with it. No. Oh, 76. Okay. No, it's not Resident Evil. I don't know. It looks kind of cool, though.
Yeah, I don't have anything for this.
Oh, is this Metro Exodus? No, that looks too ancient.
Yeah.
There's that crosshair again.
I mean, you could put it in just to rule it out.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything in it looking like this.
This is a first-person shooter, though.
Yeah, well, I think we already figured that out from the constant crosshairs on the screen.
It looks so much like Metro, but it's not Metro.
It does look kind of Metro-ish, yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, but this looks like some kind of Bavarian village building or something.
Yeah.
Like a tavern.
But with technology. It's weird.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure.
2015.
Okay.
Oh. No, it's not Wolfenstein.
This isn't like Dishonored 2 or something, is it?
No. I don't think so.
Have we already had Dishonored 2?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We've at least had Dishonored 1.
We could try Dishonored 2 if we've got no other ideas.
Yeah, I got it.
You know, just in case.
Oh, it is a Wolfenstein game.
Okay.
It's 1, 2.
2015 would be.
So it's either the New Colossus or the New Order or whatever.
No. It might be. Oh God, they released an expansion called the Old Blood.
I don't think that.
See if the old.
It is in there, Old Blood. But there's Wolfenstein, the New Order.
I think the New Order came out in 2014.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's up to you. I would go with the first game, but
I would go with Old Blood.
I don't think we've ever seen them do an expansion though. But we can do it.
We haven't, but it's in there. We can flip a coin.
What makes you think it's Old Blood?
Just the release date. Because I'm pretty sure that Wolfenstein The New Order was 2014.
No, you got it. Good job.
Nice
job. Beautiful. What the fuck? That's not helpful.
Well, that's of no help.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay, that's better.
That's better. Looks PS2-ish.
Still don't know what it is, but it's PS2-ish. I think it looks a little bit better than that.
360-ish.
If only from the density of things there.
Yeah, true. Yeah, 360-ish. 83%.
It's also hard to judge because these are always zoomed in.
Yeah.
So this could be like something that's lower detail in the background.
Maybe this is... So I'm getting Persona vibes, and I'm getting The World Ends With You vibes.
Yeah.
Not the DS one, obviously, but the 3D
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it could be Persona 5. I don't know. I've never played Persona 5.
Yeah, I haven't played it enough. But we can at least rule out that series.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Switch exclusive. Oh, it's Splatoon.
Oh, it's Splatoon.
Well, it's Splatoon 2.
Oh, it's Splatoon 2. Right, of course, because Splatoon was on the Wii U.
Oh, was it really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I used to play that game a bunch.
Oh, yeah? Oh, you should know this.
That is Castlevania, I want to say 2.
Nailed it.
Yep.
And we leveled up.
Hooray.
Hooray. Okay.
Well, we can see a little bit of something there. But I don't know.
Could be Last of Us.
The better these games look, the harder it is to figure out what they are. Like, whenever we see something that's over 20 years old, we're just like, boom, immediately. Silent Hill 2 remake.
Nice! Yeah, I wouldn't have got that in a million years.
Oh, is that the... Yeah, that is...
It's the remake.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't even played it, and I just immediately was like, oh, that's absolutely a Silent Hill 2 shot.
I see fog!
Yeah. That also looks kind of Fallout 4-ish.
I think it's actually Deathloop.
Oh, it could be Deathloop. Yeah, try Deathloop.
Can you imagine if I get that from a ceiling tile? Pretty sure it's a ceiling tile.
I think it's a wallpaper, but...
Oh, it's not. Oh, is it 2D?
You're so quick to say it's 2D. No, I think it's just looking at, like, railing
it's
or
just
something.
Perfectly centered with the railing.
Perfectly lined up, yeah.
75%.
75%, that's around what Deathloop got.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything that stands out here.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a door? Is this a door?
Oh yeah, kinda. Maybe? Sort of looks like one.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's zoomed in, so we don't have full context for like the perspective and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you know what it probably is? It's probably a catwalk. This is probably a catwalk, and then the door is right there. You know, like the catwalk's on the other side.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I see what you mean.
What the?
Okay, so it's on a bunch of stuff.
Cross-gen, but current gen, really.
Yeah, but I still don't recognize it. And that still leaves like a wide span of years.
This also looks ugly. Am I wrong in saying that? The screenshot looks ugly.
I wouldn't say that it's ugly. I think it's kind of got like a realistic stylized look that's not entirely working for it, but I don't know if I'd call it ugly.
I think it's the Alone in the Dark reboot.
It's one of those things that might look better in motion, maybe.
It is horror survival though. Oh, I just played this.
Rebirth Begins. Oh, okay.
Outlast Trials.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure. Yeah. So that was one of the games that that I played.
Yeah.
It's fine. But it's basically a multiplayer version of Outlast where you're sneaking and hiding from baddies. So
okay.
It is very well crafted, though, I will say, and it is very scary. So if you like those kind of games, highly recommend it. We'll do 2 more.
Okay.
What the fuck?
That looks like one of those textures for like when you're blocking out a level.
I thought this was
other textures.
Yeah, I thought this was the what was it, the VR missions? Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, from Metal Gear Solid. Yeah.
I don't know though. I don't think it's that.
Yeah, I think it look. I don't think it. I think the VR missions don't look this good. It was a PS1 game after all.
Not rated.
But okay, interesting.
So it's old or
obscure
or really obscure. Yeah, I see feet. I don't know. No idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
PC exclusive.
Okay, this is looking indie.
Yeah, but it wasn't rated though.
Yeah, so but if it's something obscure, then they may not. Who knows? There might not be enough because Metacritic is it's an amalgamation. If it's really obscure, then maybe not enough people gave it a review.
Some of these aren't even like real words. I have no clue what this is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
A party battle royale game?
Oh God! Is this going to be one of the 10 million Me Too games that came out? Like, I want to do it too. I want to be like a battle royale game as well.
Is this Squid Game? A Squid Game game?
I think that would probably have been
later.
It would probably have a Metacritic review score.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I have no fucking clue. It's one guy developed the game. Daniel Suman is the developer.
Yeah. No idea. Yeah, I have no idea what this is.
Crab game. Why was this even in here?
Okay. Good. Whatever.
Yeah. Final one.
Don't know.
You know what we're not getting anymore? Is grass.
What? Yeah, we haven't gotten just a face full. Well, we got a face full of slime, but recontextualized, that was actually a really good clue.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we haven't gotten facefuls of grass, so maybe they've heard our complaints.
This looks 360-ish, I would say. Could be Xbox One, but I would say 360. Just based on the textures on the trees. I wonder if this is Brothers in Arms game. Maybe.
You can try.
Nope, 88% though.
88, okay.
That's pretty high. I don't recognize it though.
No.
There's a flag there. But
I can't tell what it is.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, PS4, Xbox One, PC.
Still Still don't know what this is, though.
So there's UI. There's little icons above their heads.
Maybe some kind of stealth game?
Yeah, I'm starting to think Hitman. But I don't remember.
Where in Hitman looks like this, though?
There is one level where you're on like you go to a lighthouse island resort.
Okay.
That's like a rich person's party palace.
I mean, isn't that technically what all the levels in Hitman are? Is a rich person's party palace?
These don't evoke Hitman at all, though, so I don't think it's Hitman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's a first-person shooter. Hold to switch to something.
It's not Call of Duty.
I think Call of Duty would probably look better than this.
Is it the Medal of Honor remake? The Medal of Honor reboot?
Oh, maybe.
I don't. We didn't get a year, right?
Yeah. Oh, 2016.
Oh, is this Battlefield?
Oh, it might be Battlefield 1.
Yeah, Battlefield 1. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. All right.
Nice. Nice dice. I haven't played Battlefield 6 in a few days.
God,
I gotta do that.
The fucking putting the magazine on top of guns like that is like such a brain dead decision. It's like the worst place to put it.
Who decided that craziness?
Are you supposed to aim the gun?
Hold on to the magazine.
Like either
hold it upside down and hold the mag.
Or put it on the side, but don't put it on the top. That's the worst possible place.
Yeah, what a dumb idea that was.
How are you supposed to hide in the bushes with that thing? It's going to stick out at the top. Like, I understand that it makes feeding the gun easier because gravity can help, but like, seriously.
Who's there? I see something.
Yeah.
Not exactly the most covert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reason why nobody designs guns like this anymore, and it's because they're the kind of guns that lose you wars.
It's true. It's a true statement. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Press Pause, the gaming podcast, episode 75. If you want to follow me on the socials, I'm at TJ-Leo on BlueSky.
And I am at Ninjas on BlueSky.
If you want to email us, you can do so at co.op.podcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and join the Co-op Club Discord community server where you can find myself and so many others talking about gaming, wrestling, and more. And if you're so inclined, patreon.com/co-op entertainment. If you want to throw us a few bucks to help support the channel, we greatly appreciate your support. 2026 has started. What will it include? What will it surprise us with as the year goes along? Who knows? Probably more price hikes and layoffs, but you know.
Well, that's not a surprise, is it?
No, that's true. That's true.
Unfortunately.
I can't predict what the surprises will be, otherwise they wouldn't be surprises.
Exactly.
So, hold on to your butts, people. We'll see what happens. For the time being, this has been Press Pause, a gaming podcast. Now get back to gaming.
Nothing.